Yo, what's going on everybody? Xanthus Vice here, and we are back with some more Punishing Grey Raven. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Yeah, sorry I'm doing it a bit late today. I just was caught up in a few things, but finally back to stream some more of this. But anyway, where we last left off, we had just started through the Gestrig flooding record and actually seen that it's like there's an academy where they actually basically teach androids how to fight, similar to that of constructs, but seem like more reformed to the point that it's like they're literally just an army of weapons and nothing more. But again, it's like how they were able to hide this for so long, and what exactly the whole goal of it is, I don't know. I'll be interested to see what exactly we'll see more to it, especially supposedly Gestrigg's connection to the commandant, because talking about the timeless loop or whatever it is makes it seem like it's like similar to like Camellia, where it's like regardless of in what timeline or whatever, we will interact in some way, shape, or form. But I don't really think it could be that simple. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes today. And yes, as you can see, I finally got my Crimson Weave to Triple S. Took me so damn long. Y'all have no idea. But it's worth it that I finally got it here. My first actually initial S rank to go Triple S. Now we just gotta see who I can do it for next, but for the meantime, I'm still gonna work on fairing Guy River to double S rank, which I am getting at least somewhat close there, but not entirely. So let's go on ahead and continue with the story for today. Alright, just go to this, make it easier. Yeah, so we went to go investigate in the city, see if what's with the recent corrupted activity. And we haven't found too much of anything yet, but we'll see. That city has no shortage of unexplored corners. The diary only mentions a few of the more notable locations. She divides the students into small groups, instructing them to investigate different areas separately. Meanwhile, she continues to explore in the direction of the audiovisual store. Hey, listen, keep your head down when you walk. Haven't you noticed that group of mechanoids? Just as she's about to turn the corner, she hears hushed voices coming from around a bed. Her instincts immediately pick up the scent of valuable information, and she conceals herself against the wall to observe their movements. Ah, you mean those girls in school uniforms? What do you mean, girls? You've forgotten the day they attacked the city center? Your neighbor's brother-in-law died in that incident. You already forgotten? But I heard there are now weapons defending the city. Last time the corrupted invaded, it was because of them that we were able to... Damn it, what weapons? Just a bunch of bloodthirsty monsters. Do you even know what it means to be alive? Sure, they're defending the city now, but they're mechanoids. Who can guarantee they won't suddenly go berserk one day? You have a point. Better to be careful. Two residents seem to turn a corner somewhere. As you follow the voice alone, you suddenly feel someone's gaze on you from ahead and to your left. What remarkable perceptiveness. The man in an immaculate suit puts out his coffee and applauds appreciatively. Employee number 035034, the newly appointed commandant of Gestrig. Haven't got the wrong person, have I? And you are? Even if all he has is the information on your ID card, the risk of your identity being exposed remains high. No need to be so tense. I just happen to know a few things about you. I work for the company too. I'm employee number 000679, but you can call me Horst. Mr. Horst? No need for formalities. Just need to sit down and talk. I admire how you guided your students to successfully secure City 141. You're a smart person, so I'll get straight to the point. I want you to stop interfering in your students' battles. I know you're confused, but please hear me out first. If I'm not mistaken, Gestrig Academy is strictly forbidding commandants from personally entering the battlefield. This order was announced by Martha, Gestrig's chief combat officer, during the last company meeting. Yet you disobeyed those orders and entered combat directly. Although all participating students survived, many calculation nodes were damaged, resulting in a poor combat performance score for your team. So, it seems we're cut from the same cloth. Yes, I'm like you. We both want to find ways to keep those children alive, even if it doesn't align with the company's philosophy. Even though they're mechanoids, you must have felt it too, right? They aren't actually devoid of emotions. Yet Gestrig treats them as mere weapons, constantly sacrificing them in brutal combat. I wish I could do something about it, or rather, I wish we could do something about it. Do you have a way to prevent them from being sacrificed? Of course! Gestrig has set mandatory directives that force them to act accordingly. This is the tool the company uses to control them. There's only one way to remove those directives. If the corrupted enter the city center, Gestrig's mandatory protocols imposed on them will be lifted. They'll regain their freedom. With freedom, they'll no longer be sacrificed at someone's whim. All I need from you is to not interfere with their battle. But again, it's like that freedom, that wouldn't really do anything, because they're already like trained too hard to already be like at the point where it's like they couldn't even possibly think where else to go after that, what to do with that freedom. It goes back to that idea. It's like some people definitely do want to be free. In circumstances you think they might need to be free, but at the same time it's like maybe some people are just making the best of the worst situation. It's like maybe it's barely well enough alone. In some cases, I'm not saying every single case is like that, but there will definitely be some, because it's like, again, depending on circumstances and thinking about the consequences towards the benefits and all that. You just need to kind of see. Oh, wait. I don't see why I should trust you. Of course, you can choose not to trust me. Or frankly, whether they live or die has nothing to do with me, nor will it affect my future. Contact me when you made your decision. It's over a business card, which confirms that his rank is indeed 2 levels above your own. Although you managed to save those students, your combat record is less than satisfactory. You're willing to cooperate with me, I'll submit a special explanatory report to headquarters on your behalf, and give you a higher evaluation. After all, you protected what truly needed protection. Give it some serious thought. My private communication channel is on that card. Hope to receive an answer from you soon. This is the place, right? What's wrong? Doubting Genevieve's tracking abilities. The girl asked rhetorically, a small tail behind her wagging happily back and forth. After parting ways with the man called Horace, you head in the opposite direction. Deliberate deception, of course. Horace's proposal would be indeed tempting if you were just a company employee. For commanding on an undercover investigation, those grand promises he penned hold virtually no appeal. Besides, promises this grand inevitably raise questions. What exactly is he after? There's only one way to remove those directives. If the corrupted enter the city center, Gestrig's mandatory protocols imposed on them will be lifted, and they'll regain their freedom. Yeah, but it's like, innocents would still be hurt, right? Because even if I allowed them in, that doesn't mean the corrupted won't attack innocent civilians as well, which we're also meant to protect. Which means it's like, right now they're a deterrent from him getting what he really wants. What exactly that is, I don't know, but... Or I guess it could be that system that's supposed to be like the version of Gestalt here. If his goal is to lead the corrupt to the city center, could the recent surge of corruption invasions be connected to him as well? At the very start of your meeting, you had already sent a signal to Genevieve instructing her to secretly track this suspicious character. On the little demon icon on your terminal, you made your way to the power ruins. Barriers here are all melted by extreme heat. Despite being just ruins, the perimeter is covered by an orange semi-transparent energy barrier. Curiously toss a scrap into it, which instantly melts into molten iron. Damn! Is it really necessary to lock down some rundown ruins this tightly? Then again, a ruin receiving this level of protection is suspicious in itself. Upon closer inspection, the barrier's structure resembles a networked formation rather than a regular sphere. In other words, there are likely network nodes nearby maintaining it. Is that what we need to find? Parts of her tail at a tall circular railing. Sits exactly where two sections of the barrier meet at an angle. This must be the network node you suspected. But how do we crack it? Give me a hand, teacher. Tail wags incessantly behind her. By the way, why do you connect with me at a time like this? My tail can interface with these nodes to try and crack them. Once my consciousness infiltrates, I'll need a pathway back out. In other words, I need a beacon. Understand? Thanks to Gestrig special abilities, the two of you cautiously make your way deeper into the ruins. Whoever's in charge must be quite confident in their external barrier's capabilities, as there are no guards to be seen here. As far as the eye can see, towering server racks stretch on, row out the rows, seemingly without end. Or maybe they just can't afford to have the personnel because it's like, if their work get corrupted, it's better not to have too many people involved. Most of the LED lights inside the racks have gone dark. Seems the computing nodes here haven't been operational for a very long time. This place, it feels so familiar. You've been here before? Rather than saying I've been here, or is there yourself lost in thought? It would be more accurate to say this place is most likely where I was born. Teacher, you must have seen those tower server racks just now, right? This place used to be a Matrix center. By the way, if you find any similar Matrix facilities, try to bring me some data from them. So it does exist. The Matrix center that Asimov theorized about. But everything here has mostly fallen to ruin. What exactly happened here? She pulls herself closer to examine the printed text next to the server rack. Number 7, Matrix B2R3 15. Matrix. Takes a deep breath, her entire body trembling slightly. This really is the place. Born? Do you mean you were manufactured here as a mechanoid? My, are you that curious about Gedivie's background? I am curious. I guess I have no choice. Gedivie was originally a mechanical consciousness model, generated from a human consciousness sample. Generated from a human consciousness sample? Do you know who that human was? I should have known. Should have? If a model is generated from a person, they would typically include some of their memories as input parameters, right? After all, it helps the model quickly develop an understanding of the external world. Otherwise, the model might have to go through a lengthy iteration process, like the ordinary models from the Golden Age. But from my earliest memories, I only knew my name was Gedivie. As for why I was in the Matrix from birth, or what the human consciousness sample created me, I have absolutely no recollection. I always feel like I've forgotten something. Is this the way you were born? Why have you tried coming back before? Because my memories were very vague back then. I only knew I was born inside a Matrix center, but I didn't know exactly where it was. On top of that, the frequent fighting meant opportunities to venture out were very scarce. You were born here, but your memories of this place are vague? Because my frame was almost out of power right after I first opened my eyes. I only remember that when I first crawled out of the ruins, they were corrupted all around me. Just as my strength was about to give out, an old lady and some children in school uniforms appeared just in time and fished me out of the pile of corrupted. You don't look that old yourself. Why do you call them children? Touched her head thoughtfully. It's just what I call my juniors. I'm already an awakened individual, but they haven't awakened yet. They're still naive and confused. Does that make them just like children?
Anyway, after that, they brought me back to Gestrig.
You don't seem to be like the other individuals who need to completely follow the Academy's orders. Last time, you just took me away right in front of Martha. You don't need to follow orders, and there's no real reason you had to stay at the Academy, right?
I do have a reason. I should have mentioned it to you before. The reason I stay there and help them pass the final test is to find someone.
Chosen one?
So you still remember.
Who is he, really?
The chosen one is someone very important to me. Someone who accompanied me through countless training sessions in the Matrix, and ultimately sacrificed their computing power to help me enter reality. In short, absolutely must find the chosen one.
Sacrificed their computing power? Does that mean they died?
I used to think so too. But later the old woman occasionally mentioned that the chosen one was actually nothing more than an empty shell.
Empty shell?
She said the chosen one was originally born in the same laboratory as me, but because of something overfitting, that's caused them to be completely without consciousness at birth. Despite being born in the same laboratory, the chosen one always had pink hair and had almost nothing in common with me.
She falls to thought for a moment, but ultimately finds no answer.
However, since the old woman said it was an empty shell, it's as if she's saying the real chosen one is someone else. I must absolutely find the chosen one.
How can you be so sure?
It's just one possibility, but I want to see that person again no matter what. No matter the cost. Only by obtaining the chosen one's remaining data is there any hope of learning their exact circumstances. The chosen one's data is in the company's possession, and the only way for me to obtain it is by helping the children pass their test. That's why I've stayed at the Academy.
Would it be... No, it couldn't be Ishmael again, right? Because Ishmael is... What was her name? The Wise One? I don't remember what her name was. I don't think it would be something like Isla. It just seems way too, distant from all of this, especially since her main thing was with Selena. I'd be surprised they brought her up now. I honestly can't even think of anyone else. A man in a formal business suit retrieves several needle-like nodes for the central ruins, and drives around to install them in various corners of the city. Isn't one central signal source enough? By placing more of them, those corrupted will know exactly where to attack. I see. So that's... Basically, it's like he's putting, like, a scent or an incense for, like, them to follow. Or, like, putting, like, a big red dot on it, and the corrupted just fall into it. I see. Because to be fair, it's like, even though we have had cases where it's like corrupted can like theorize or stuff like that, against an academy like this, it's like there would be a lot that they would have to know what to target to make them vulnerable, like the nodes and all those other things. So it's like if they don't have like an ascendant leading the charge, then someone else had to have been controlling them in some way. Sorry, need to drink some water. How was your discussion with the tactical teacher? Do you agree to relinquish command? It would be best if they gave up. If we don't see them personally directing this operation, we'll recruit them to our side. They're quite the talent. If they insist on showing up, so be it. One person alone won't make much of a difference anyway. Now that those corrupted have gathered, let them attack along the planned route. Also, release Gwynplaine as well. You want that thing deployed too? But that creature doesn't follow our commands. There's no need to hesitate. Once we seize control of those mechanoids, we won't care how much damage is done to the city. Truth of annihilation. Oh, that's the wrong space. To continue along the Matrix pathway, the schematics you just passed showed there's a central core facility that hasn't been explored yet. This facility is the hub that consolidates all computing power. Even though it's no longer operational, it's still connected to numerous computational nodes.
The Matrix covers an extraordinarily vast area. Just as we saw during our last operation, the computational nodes spread throughout every corner of the city. If that sneaky character really is after something here, they'll most likely come to this location.
After searching extensively, you find almost all paths to the central hub blocked by heavy metal doors. Doors are covered in scratches and dents as if they previously withstood serious attacks. Exploring in all directions and following the accessible pathways, you finally arrive at a laboratory deep within the facility. Starkly contrasting with the cold, sterile atmosphere of the entire Matrix Center, this aging laboratory is adorned with colorful streamers and garlands, as if decorated for some festive celebration. Kinda seems like Christmas stuff to me. Genevieve appears surprised by the scene before, slowing her pace upon entering the room. She wanders around the room, occasionally reaching out to touch the faded streamers hanging throughout the space. Is there something unusual here?
No, it's just... This is...
Beside the lab bench, Genevieve picks up a small Rubik's Cube-like mechanical box from the floor and stands at it, completely transfixed. Is this a Rubik's Cube?
Not just a Rubik's Cube. It seems to be some kind of...
Just a white cube, a gentle twist. V. Happy birthday. The girl's cool, clear voice emanates from the cube. This voice, she is certain that she's never heard it before, somehow feels strangely familiar. The girl's pupils constrict as if she's just heard something utterly unexpected. V. Carefully, as if handling a precious treasure, she twists the cube again.
Yui. Yui.
Her voice grows hoarse as she clutches the white cube tightly, twisting again and again over and over. You're alright?
It's Yui.
Yui? Who's Yui?
I don't remember, but this is Yui's voice. I shouldn't have forgotten. Yui, where are you?
Genevieve shakes her head uncontrollably as tears well up in her eyes. Why would hearing an unfamiliar voice stir such powerful emotions within her? Streamers and flower wreaths cover the laboratory and the words Happy Birthday are displayed. V. Does that refer to Genevieve? Looking around for more clues, she catches sight of an overturned photo frame on a nearby table. This is... Keen eyes catch a familiar figure. Martha. The background of the group photo is none other than Gestrig, while Martha, standing in the center, is surrounded by many young people in lab coats. She pushes aside the broken frame and removes the photo for closer inspection. Besides Martha, she shouldn't recognize any of these people, yet they give her a strange sense of deja vu. That are mechanoids currently studying at Gestrig. These mechanoids bear some physical resemblance to the researchers in the photo. Matrix, mechanical conscious model generated from the human consciousness sample. Mechanoid, Martha, students. Fragmented piece of information seemed to form a hazy outline of the truth. Trying to continue to piece together the truth, her gaze is drawn to another figure in the photo. Distinctive long hair interwoven with black and white strands, same crimson eyes. But judging by the expression, it's almost like two completely different people. Genevieve. Would a model generated from a human consciousness sample closely resemble the original person?
I don't know.
Still clutching the white cube tightly, Genevieve sniffles.
But someone told me that I was generated with a high divergence factor. Me, a personality completely different from the original consciousness sample. Why ask that all of a sudden? Did you find something?
I see. So maybe the reason that they try to use that with Genevieve as a deal is because maybe she holds something from like the original person that she used to be was. So I see. Yeah, it's like they're basically. It's like a. It's not like Huaju necessarily, but it's similar to the fact that it's like they're taking a person's memory. They're kind of like. Or no, it's like similar to what they did in like Sword Art Online Alicization, where it's like most of the programs in that world are basically like digitized consciousnesses of infants dropped into that world, and then they grow over there over time. And then it's like AI based on those individuals start to form. But here they probably do that in the sense of doing it with mechanoids.
Is this Yui?
Yui? Is that her name?
I don't know, but when I saw her, this name immediately surfaced in my core processor.
Shakes her head again, staring somewhat bewildered at the girl in the photo. She'd heard this voice but forgotten the emotions it carried. She'd seen these features but forgotten the warmth they held. She remembered the name, yet completely forgotten. Forgotten the person formed by these elements combined. Composing yourselves, you gather the scattered clues around the area and continue forward, following the trace on the ground.
Found it.
Following the damaged ventilation duct, you unexpectedly reach the deepest part of the matrix. Before you stands a mechanical behemoth strikingly similar to Gestalt. It's like it developed from the same source of tech. Yeah, because I was gonna say, it really does look similar to Gestalt. However, unlike the ever-halted computational nodes, this mechanical beast has also ceased functioning, not nothing more than a lifeless husk. Maybe oh, is that what it is? They need a key in order to open it? Maybe it had its own security method, similar to like the actual Gestalt, and Dominic gave me the key. So maybe they have one of their own. Maybe not to the same kind of degree as Dominic's, but something for this. You and Genevieve split up the search, found a chip in an inconspicuous corner and insert it into the portable terminal. But a data log prevents you from reading it. No choice but to pocket it for now. She discovers a needle-shaped block node at the interface. A vague node emitting strange frequencies through the central hub.
This signal is attracting the corrupted.
The node isn't difficult, but Genevieve's expression remains extremely gray.
Removing one signal source doesn't mean the crisis is over. This thing exists because someone deliberately planted it here.
But suspicious, said, without a doubt, the man who just arranged to meet with you. Despite searching the entire matrix of Genevieve, you find no trace of a skulking presence. As long as whoever's playing these nodes doesn't stop, the corrupted could attack again at any moment. Judged by the intensity of previous battles, the eastern wall has already been breached. The entire city could be in danger at any moment.
Or I guess it's similar to like the idea of like leaving breadcrumbs would probably be better, right? And then all the corrupted flock onto it like pigeons. That's probably a better metaphor for it. Or not metaphor, but comparison. The enforcement requests location numbers city number 141. Danger level medium. Situation summary: corrupted the tracking signal source detected. Deploy support force in advance. To briefly outline the potential crisis, you send a message to Celica and left. Leave the roads behind, you skirt around the external barrier Genevieve hacked earlier, trying to get rid of the cities. But where'd they even find the technology to create a needles like that? Could it have been Lithos again? I just saw it, you know. Teacher was secretly sending some secret messages to someone.
Just contacting a friend.
No need to explain. I couldn't care less about what teacher actually came here to do. As for me, once I find the chosen one, I'll leave this place.
Some senses somewhere, your tail stops its lively swishing.
Explosion?
Genevieve suddenly spins around and forcefully shuts. Then shoots skyward, a series of hot air rolls like a wild beast sweeping through the surroundings. Genevieve timely shields herself, but even so, the blast hurls the two of you several meters away. Fine through the ringing in your ears, the two of you barely manage to sit up when several corrupted emerge from the dust cloud and lunge forward. Explosion shock ray caused several bullets to veer off course. Corrupted's blades are once again within striking range.
Beat it.
Three spins around and delivers a powerful slash. Before she can reposition herself, the remaining Corrupted lunge at her with savage ferocity. Force feed throws off the Corrupted. Water fluid steadily seeping from her wounds. How do you like it? Quite a showstopper, isn't it? Raspy, high-pitched cackle echoes the gun smoke coming from what appears to be a perfectly round grease sphere. At a moment's hesitation, Gestrig raises her gun and fires. Can't hit me! Grease sphere bounces up, down twice before vanishing into thick smoke.
What on earth was that thing?
Prefer, Gestrig looks in the direction from which the Corrupted emerged.
5, no 10, 20? What's going on? Just a central district. How did they suddenly infiltrate this deep?
We definitely destroyed the signal source already.
Then there must be more than one. Tactical teacher 035034 calling Gestrig headquarters.
Go ahead.
A massive number of corrupted signals have appeared on the city outskirts. The eastern breach has been completely overrun. The walls of the southeast and northeast have already been breached. The city center is no longer safe. Please evacuate the Gestrig immediately.
What about the other students?
Even-numbered units are guiding residents to evacuate to Gestrig, while the odd-numbered ones are providing cover.
Central district of the city is gonna fall. When in Martha, the central area is invaded, the students would likely be disposed of as waste.
Save the civilians first. Given the current situation, even if they were to take advantage of the terrain and make a last stand in the ring area, we would only face total annihilation against such an enormous number of corrupted. Gestrig is located in the western suburbs of the city. There are roads there will give us a chance to create a buffer zone. But that's not something you need to worry about. Evacuate immediately. Return to Gestrig, and a special vehicle will pick you up. Gestrig, D33 Street is where the corrupted from the southeast and northeast converge. So down the advance of the main corrupted force as much as possible.
You want me to evacuate?
This is an order. Instructors don't have the authority for field command. In exchange, your safety will be guaranteed.
I'm staying here.
You don't have to die here. The city is already finished and their test is doomed to fail. You, on the other hand, have only been here a short time. Even if you leave, you won't have to be responsible for what happens here.
I'm staying.
If you're so determined to become part of these ruins, I won't stand in your way.
Since the test is already impossible to pass, is it about time you told me about the student's background? Silence fills the upper end of communication line. Martha seems to be hesitating whether to speak or not.
They are victims of the 7th Matrix Project.
Finally, getting the lore. About damn time. If we hadn't seen you teaching refugee children in those bullet-riddled ruins, we might have lost your talent forever. Welcome to Gestrig, Miss Martha. Here we have full teaching resources and a safe environment, protected by our own forces. No more worries about corrupted attacks. Unlike that run-down conservation area, we believe you'll have a much better educational experience here. Why abandon those children when they were only 5 points away from the passing score? Still asking foolish questions. Gestrig students belong to the company, so I value don't deserve resources. You wasted nearly my whole morning. You forget the noon graduation photos. Students are waiting downstairs. Look, they're already in lab uniforms ready for one of the company's greatest initiatives, the 7th Matrix Project. Using human consciousness to model and train AI with social ethics and combat abilities. Instead of concerning yourself with those worthless rejects, you should be proud of those graduates. Students who participate in the project are suffering from mental disorders? Forgive my frankness, but you should focus on the next wave of children receiving education, not those finished products. Fine, I can understand your concerns to some extent. Just this once, I'll make an exception. Disclose some information to you. I don't know who's speaking on which one, so I'm just reading it neutrally. Due to a shortage of test subjects within the company, researchers can consent to becoming consciousness samples themselves. This process generates intense neural pulses, which likely cause the abnormalities in them. Those are all minor issues. Company property is for the company to dispose of as it pleases. You understand this principle perfectly well. I see. So that's what it is. That's why Genevieve supposedly could be like that different from who she was, who her origins came from. E District, 23rd Street. Units 41 through 50 will guide residents to evacuate westward. As many people as possible to a safe zone in Gestrig. Reporting officer. Units 43, 45, and 46 have been destroyed. Remaining 7 will carry out the mission together. The Corruptor are attacking from 3 directions in the east. The inner city ring. There are no defense forces left in the city center. Soon occupy the central ruins where that happens. Do you want to live or get promoted after passing the test? Most of the Corrupted are heading straight for the central district. Picking a last stand would only sacrifice them for nothing. After they're all gone, this place will become the next battlefield. Yes, madam. Have the others left? All units have proceeded to different areas to guide civilians, as per your instructions. Yes. Experiment failed. The out-of-control mechanoids destroyed the laboratory and attracted the punishing virus. Your students. Those researchers likely all died in that incident. But I understand why you brought back the remaining test subjects. You even dressed them like they're your former students. Don't they resemble the former students? Looking closely, there is a slight resemblance. Are you planning to save them from being scrapped by using this pretense? It's certainly a clever approach, but I must remind you that since they're company property, you'll need to prove their value. By just the second test, 23 units were forcibly decommissioned by the 9th Directive in their programming for fleeing combat. Stunning figures. You really are foolishly kind. Is it because you see echoes of your former students in them that you're projecting both your guilt and kindness onto these test subjects? I strongly advise you to face reality. Those students are already dead. What you're now teaching is nothing but a bunch of mechanoids designed to serve as weapons. Giving weapons a humanizing education, allowing them to develop emotions. The result is that self-aware weapons disobey orders, flee combat, and get forcibly decommissioned by the 9th Directive. End this teacher-student charade while you still can. Last resort? Well, there might be one. If they pass the final test, the 9th Directive will be erased, and they might still survive, albeit as weapons. But on one condition: you cannot allow a single corrupted to enter the central district of City 141. Oh, I see. That's why she goes so hard with trying to apply as many as possible. And again, can't afford to have too many human emotions involved with this operation, because it would bring the chances of the corrupted being able to successfully breach City 141 closer. Otherwise, complete control over them will be transferred to the opposing faction led by orders. Ah, there we go. Be simpler to just issue commands as a superior. You've long since lost the right to call yourself a teacher. Ma'am, Crimson Marker. Corrupted have already invaded the central district. According to company protocol, your authority over those weapons have already... I know. They disappeared from our monitoring screens. How's the evacuation going? The main group is almost at Gestrig's library, which is an excellent defensive position, but... Continue. The Corrupted are already chasing the crowd toward Gestrig, and also... He guides the crowd to Gestrig. The corruptor's attack follows. She and the students stay behind to cover the retreat. Flower beds once blooming with fluorescent chrysanthemums become a sea of flames. A rolling cloud of red-tinged smoke conceals countless shattered mechanical bodies in its depths. The figure shoots toward like a scarlet lightning bolt. Just before the cleaver falls, she snatches number 18's frame back. Cord damaged. Inevitably, this one has been sacrificed too. Next. This time it's number 19. Processing Center recorded many strange things. She's always liked to tell Genevieve what humans call dad jokes. Number 25 loved data puzzles and recently expanded one to an astonishing 3 square meters. 31 made many oddly shaped paper airplanes, saying someday I'll make a cardboard contraption to lift Genevieve into the sky. Genevieve! 34, 41, 56. Damage to her frame far exceeds what she can safely withstand. Genevieve remains oblivious, relentlessly rushing across the battlefield. Genevieve! Snaps out of it, barely dodging the next bullet before it strikes her. Are you alright?
They're all dead.
The gunsmoke, all she sees are the shattered bodies of students. The devastating scene causes her consciousness to falter, causing operating beyond capacity until she finally loses all reason for lack of energy. We need to get back to the library. The main force is there.
Sure.
Clearly approaching corrupted, the young woman darts away again. You lead all the surviving students Genevieve rescued toward the library.
Evic, your right leg is broken. Teacher, please leave me here.
Evic tries to pull away from your grasp.
You're already injured. If you continue carrying us forward, you'll die.
It's not an option. Hold that grip firmly in place, then turn to gesture for the students behind to continue moving forward.
This frame's right leg is broken. My engine is damaged. Without mobility, I no longer have any military value.
Posting sound of straight bullets cuts through the air. Simply dodge to the side. Suppressing the excruciating pain in your leg, you rise and help the fallen Evic back up. I'm not saving you because of your value. Protecting students is simply a teacher's duty. With the death cry of another corrupted, a young girl's silhouette flashes back to the teacher's side.
The corrupted in the area have been eliminated, teacher. Let me help carry Evic. The battle situation is still unstable, but we have some distance to cover before reaching the library. We need to pick up our pace.
Gestrig, the library, formerly a place of tranquility, is now filled with the screams of crowds and the dull thunder of artillery fire. Students stationed here all bear scars of varying degrees. They force themselves to remain vigilant for any sudden developments.
What a brilliant evacuation lead, teacher.
Just as I thought. It's you.
Is that so? All I saw was a massive number of corrupted suddenly launching an attack, causing this city to fall under dire circumstances. As for you, teacher, you look terrible. You sustained quite a few injuries during the evacuation, haven't you? In this futile struggle by risking your life to command a group of mechanoids unrelated to you, what are you hoping to achieve with this?
They're my students.
Still playing this pointless game of make-believe. Even with military-grade defenses, this library won't hold out long against a corrupted assault. You will likely, no, you will definitely die here. Let's be frank. Even though the corrupted have invaded, and even though you just stepped in to lead the evacuation, our agreement still stands. Talented individuals deserve better treatment from the company. If you leave with me now, you still have a chance.
I refuse.
Why? Well, you're still worried that your students will be treated as weapons. Let me give you a friendly reminder. Our mutual objective has already been achieved.
Objective?
The corrupted have invaded the central districts of the city. Your students have all been liberated. So you might as well abandon your role as commander and then leave this place.
I don't believe someone who lured the corrupted to attack the city would grant them freedom.
What a shame.
The ever had a communication channel. Short shakes his head with feigned regret. A cold smile spreads across his face as he moves his hands behind his back, seemingly operating something unseen.
Command received.
Ah, shit! Right. Suddenly, intense pain erupts from your back. Several bullets tear into your body from behind. As you turn around, you discover that all the students behind you are vacantly raised, their weapons aiming directly at you. Bullets fly, Genevieve lunges forward, pushing you away as you're momentarily stunned by the excruciating pain. She's using her mechanoid body to shield you in her arms from the bullets, damaged armor exposing sparking circuitry beneath.
Missed the mark? You were supposed to aim for the human's heart. Let's try again.
Blood splatter across the human's combat suit jolts her painfully back to her senses. Unprecedented resistance signal interrupts the execution of the command, having suddenly forced her gun barrel away.
Obey my command. Command rejected.
Number 53 command rejected. Number 47 command rejected. Number 39 command rejected. Knife directive warning. High frequency like sounds, or high frequency sounds like death knells for the student's neck.
What's going on? You'd rather trigger the knife directive than follow orders. I'm giving you one last chance. Kill that human teacher of yours.
Their electric currents shoot out from their neck collars, gripping their throats in a deathly embrace. Electric current grows wider, gradually engulfing their entire bodies. It's too late. Everything seems to happen in an instant. Genevieve rushes to their side, ignoring the electrical currents attacking her, frantically tries to tear off their neck collars. The collars are locked by the directive and won't budge an inch. One after another, their bodies fall apart under the destructive force of the electric currents. Electricity courses up her arm. It sends pain signals bombarding her central processor. Genevieve still clutches desperately at her companion's neck collar. The faces of these individuals flash rapidly before Genevieve's eyes. Why is it happening again? She's powerless and unable to do anything except grit her teeth and burn them into her databanks. Her electrical currents suddenly disappear. Instantly, they all collapse to the ground like unplugged machine.
Martha!
A blood-covered woman stands at the emergency exit, apparently having sustained serious injuries on her way here. Even in this state, her aged body remains perfectly upright. In her hand, she tightly grips a small fluorescent cube, the device that caused all the students to shut down. He sweeps calmly over the scene, confirming that all students have escaped death due to the emergency shutdown. His own yet keen eyes now filled with exhaustion and relief. Martha. The next instant, she collapses. Having rushed from the underground command center, she's already used every last ounce of her strength.
In that case...
Library doors are finally blown open by the explosive blast.
Gwynplaine, making his spectacular entrance.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, so yeah, this is that boss. For Genevieve's thing, I see. Oh, by the way, I did check, that boss fight is no longer available to me. So, fuck me. I knew I should have done it earlier, but I confused the date when it would no longer be available. So, we'll just have to go through it through main story. The real reality. To witness the unfinished ending. The ice-strength concrete and ceramic armored walls are reduced to fragments amid a thunderous roar. Vehicle corrupted known as Gwynplaine tips his top hat low and performs a gentlemanly bow toward the people in the library, while engulfed in thick billowing dust.
What in the... Oh my god. I was like, what is that sound? That's the body closing in within an instant as he swings a blood-red chainsaw at the Gestrig back crowd.
Get lost, you old bastard.
Gestrig dashes forward to shield the girl as swinging a greatsword at him with all her might. Thud echoes. The sensation of cutting through. His body's encased in some kind of extremely thick elastic material that deflects Gestrig's attack.
My turn now.
Or maybe you should give a different voice. Sounds too similar to you. Gotcha! Yeah, maybe that would be better. Successful attack brings him unique pleasure, causing him to stop in place and double over in hysteria. Fun! I need more fun! Spins his body, the high-speed whirling saw deflecting Gestrig's greatsword and carving a long, narrow gash into the frame. Taking advantage of his laughing fit, Gestrig pushes off his highly elastic outer shell and grabs the gun swung to her by her tail.
Die!
When with stupor, a high-energy particle beam suddenly pierces through his defenses as it holds clean through his arm. Touches his wound, releasing a ear-splitting howl of pain. Seemingly overwhelmed by pain, the bulky figure hastily flees the scene. Wait, there's no way he actually ran away, right? It'd be way too simple. Alarming red data floats across her visual module as Gestrig doubles over in pain. The whistling of bullets. Shoulder is pierced through. Processing center receives a danger signal, but her frame, running low power mode, can no longer respond properly. The library wall is blown apart by the clown. That massive hole corrupted pouring like a relentless tide. Vision blurring, body trembling. A volley of bullets tears through the air, shrieking as they streak forward. Lying up pure instinct, Gestrig halves her greatsword and single-handedly pulls the line. Sword and body, she blocks the onslaught, only part of it. The rest grazes past her ears. Shoots of light dart across her visual module like comets as they pierce the vulnerable crowd behind her. Crimson flowers of death bloom. The crowd bursts in heart-rending wails. The complex audio-visual information rushes into her processing center. Time seems to slow down. She sees a youth desperately clutching their companion's limp hand, a stoic husband dying in his wife's embrace, a father pulling his bleeding child to his chest. She's an infant who once slept soundly in her arms, now wailing inconsolably. This woman who should be embracing her, has collapsed to the ground, having lost the strength to hold her child. Teacher Xanthos lies severely wounded and in shock. All of Gestrigr's classmates have entered the emergency shutdown. Gestrigr's the only one who can still fight. Why does she still persist? Is it to protect humanity? No, it's not such a noble emotion. She's just envying them, isn't she?
Get out of my way!
Gestrig spins and cuts down one corrupted, only for the blades of another group of corrupted to close in from behind. She goes one away with all her might, only for another to lunge at her, then another and another, frantically gnawing at her frame components.
Get off me!
Her electricity bursts from Gestrigr's body. Sees the moment when the corrupted loosen their grip, she once again swings her greatsword with all her might. She plants her greatsword to the ground, propping up her shattered body. Looking back at the people huddled together, she feels the intense sorrow and kinship between them. They're fortunate, she thinks, to have someone who cries out for them. They all have their own chosen one. Gestrig envies them for it. Corrupted surge forward like a crimson tide, wave after wave, seemingly without end. This assault has been deliberately provoked by the company's people. Obtaining data on the chosen ones after the final test was nothing but a lie to keep her here. Finding with her current energy levels and output capacity will only lead to destruction, won't it? Blood and vital fluids stain the pristine white floor of the library crimson. Xanthos, Martha, and students, all are severely wounded. There's no chosen one here. Gestrig stands alone. That doesn't mean she has nothing to cherish. Puts herself off with the greatsword, pulling it from the ground and pointing it forward. As she faces destruction, she'll ensure those she cherishes survive.
Teacher?
Human combat suit is stained red with blood as they collapse helplessly to the ground, seemingly struggling to transmit words to her through the mind beacon. Time slows down once again. Genevieve, don't do anything rash. Reinforcements will be here in 10 minutes.
Reinforcements? Teacher, you still like to joke with Genevieve even at a time like this. Besides, even if reinforcements are real, there's not much time left for this place. 3 minutes is already pushing it.
Even if you must fight, you're not alone.
Huh? Oh my. Who would have thought the teacher wanted to be with Genevieve so badly? Situation's critical now. All remaining power must be directed to keep the battle modules operational. For the safety of your consciousness, the personality module that received the mind beacon has been forcefully locked. I might lose some personality data. When that time comes, you'll just have to introduce yourself to me all over again.
Hope the current you survives.
You're so greedy, teacher. I might not even come back, but you're already thinking that far ahead. But, if we really do meet again, when you cross paths with the next Genevieve, try not to be so soft on her.
Promise me you won't recklessly sacrifice yourself on the battlefield.
Battlefield? Huh. What is a battlefield, really?
His voice becomes ethereal and distant.
Is it losing countless people once? Or losing the one you love the most countless times? You've grown weary in this world without the chosen one.
Genevieve gazes at you longingly, then shoulders her gun and greatsword, never looking back. You aren't glad. In your combat gear, you endure excruciating pain, desperately channeling neural signals with every ounce of your strength. Genevieve, I need you to survive, no matter what.
警告。エネルギー低下。低出力モードに移行。
うるさいな。元の出力のままでいいってば。
アルゴリズムロック解除。消耗まで約180秒。
それまでに突破口を切り開いてやるわよ。この空間はマトリックス。 優しい故郷に残ろう。私たちと一緒に。その気持ちを捨てればもう苦しむことはない。もうボロボロじゃない。天に選ばれた人がいない世界で生き残る意味はあるの？構築。退屈な反復。退屈な反復。旅の果てで全てが集う。君の番よ。旅の果てで全てが集う。繰り返さない。退屈な反復。結末はまだ。まだダメ。助けるべき人がいて帰るべき場所がある。またマトリックス。エネルギー切れだから幻覚が見えるのかな。ここはあなたが帰りたい場所でしょ。あれはピーコン。バカみたい。もういいでしょ。まだ進むつもり？ 時間は十分稼いだし、もういいか。嘘つき。
She lost the chosen one. Genevieve first left the Matrix, she didn't yet fully comprehend what this meant. When the company offered her data to the chosen one, she rejected their proposal and set out to track the chosen one herself. She learned from this was terribly fragile life is reality. Minor cold or even food poison, any of these can lead to tragedy. Refugees can find their bodies suddenly pierced by corrupted bullets. Those with festering wounds may be abandoned for wasting resources. It's a world with no room for romanticism. A world where death strikes at random. In this world, there's no restart system. When someone dies, they won't reincarnate. Farewell forever. She gradually comprehends the meaning of these words. The image of the chosen one fading away resurfaces before her eyes. In reality, there are no such poetic farewells. People leave behind mangled remains to serve as the constant reminder to the living that they're truly gone. The chosen one begins to die in her dreams night after night, dying in countless different ways. Every corpse she sees in this apocalyptic world transforms into the chosen one's likeness, endlessly replaying. How can I be so sure that the person before me isn't the chosen one? She dares not take that gamble, and so begins frantically trying to save everyone she encounters. But after countless attempts to reach out, only to be met with failure time and again, she's becoming completely numb. And deplete the energy canisters Martha gave her before departing, Genevieve returns to the academy and agrees to help the other students pass their final test. These girls were as innocent as she once was before meeting the chosen one, sparking Genevieve's interest. Even when found Martha's orders, she would fight with all her might, wanting to see them graduate just as she had. However, this effort brought nothing but their premature deaths, rushed toward oblivion before ever experiencing the beauty of this world. Only Genevieve survived, being a lonely fixed point amid countless conflicts. In the end, all she could do was immortalize them in her storage module, carrying their memories with her into each successive battle. Indescribable pessimism occupies their processing core. To avoid further loss, she deliberately distances herself from her other classmates, quietly recording their every emotion instead. The appearance of the teacher marks a turning point in the stagnant situation. This person gives Genevieve the illusion that the chosen ones returned, sharing the same idealism and guiding the students and Genevieve alike, just as the chosen one once did. Maybe this time will be different. However, the corrupted once again drive them to the brink of destruction. Everything feels like deja vu. Only Genevieve can fight. Only Genevieve must survive alone in the world without the chosen one. Is this really worth it? With the blast of her final charge ammunition, Genevieve collapsed to the ground before she could even assess her surroundings, her frame completely drained of strength. The corrupted have left wounds of varying depths across her frame, like a cruel form of torture, as if they're playing a sadistic game, leaving her in excruciating pain while allowing her to cling to life. She's lost track of how long she's battled across this landscape. Her short module is now hopelessly scrambled. Persistent ringing in her ears cuts her off from the real world around her.
Am I dead? Taking a risk like this isn't so bad.
Doesn't feel a single shred of sadness from dying. Instead, she happily sits down beside a pond and stretches her arm to a big lazy yawn.
It's not about giving up. I've already given my all. Since leaving the Matrix, I've experienced countless deaths. It's been so very long. That's why I need to rest for a while.
Is that really enough for you?
At least I bought time for teaching those children until the very end. It's not so bad.
You're lying. If you really wanted to die, you could have simply shot. Why try to play the hero in your final moments? Buying time for teaching those children. You clearly still have people you care about.
So I just did what needed to be done.
Yeah, maybe they're already safe. If you sacrifice yourself like this now, you'll end up just like that last chosen one.
Like the chosen one?
They sacrificed their own competing power for the sake of others. But in reality, all they left behind was an endless void in the hearts of those who remained. They had no other choice. To help you leave the Matrix and enter reality, that was something they had to do. But you still have a choice, Genevieve. Even if it's painful, even if you're broken, you can still live on and return to them. Attempting to restart consciousness signal. She feels her body being slowly dragged based on the sounds and sensations. It's a human child apparently trying to pull her to safety.
Get down.
Child sees Genevieve slowly raising her gun and crouches down in terror. It's wrapped around her head. Red bullet gets to her corrupted that was about to attack the girl. Genevieve staggers to her feet, her audio sensors tracking the corrupted's movements. Once five of them pulls the girl behind her. Can't die yet. Have to take her back. While Genevieve battles, you increase the output power of your mind beacon while attempting to bandage your wounds. Thanks to Genevieve's efforts, all the corrupt in the library have been eliminated. Seems to have wandered elsewhere after going haywire. She's in danger. You need to find her quickly. Despite your severe injuries, you managed to reach this boulevard. At the boulevard of the academy, you find a young woman weakly kneeling on the ground. A little girl falls beside her. Genevieve! Frames damaged in multiple places. Once bright red eyes have grown dim. The X and symbols in her pupils disappear.
Yo, what's up, Green UF? UF, how's it going? I think there are 5 hours left until the event, right?
Wait, what event? What are you talking about? You mean the DMC5 one? That's next week. Well, unless you're talking about a different game. Otherwise, maybe that's it. Personality data loss, 81.34%. Recovery probability, 0.003%. Attempting system restart.
Yep, I checked Twitter. I thought said it was tonight.
No, I mean, in the game it says it's until the... What's it called? The 6th. Or it's on the 6th. Even showed it on YouTube, that on their channel, that they put a notice that it's on the 6th of August. I mean, maybe it's an update for something else, but the DMC5 thing isn't happening till next week. I mean, I could check if you want. I'm gonna check through their YouTube channel because they made that post there. Let me check real quick. Oh, it's the Dev Special Challenge today. That's what that is. I don't know what that is actually, though. But yeah, here it is. The special program at the upcoming update, Lamento di Fantasma, will start today. That's probably what that... At least that's probably what that is. Today or tomorrow. It says the 30th for the special... For the special program, which I think is going to be like... Is going to tell us all about what's coming in the next patch. But today's a different thing. Let's see, what did it say again? Oh yeah, today, the Dev Special Challenge. I don't know what that is, though. But that is what's happening today. Yeah, this is what I saw on Twitter. The special program at the upcoming update, Lamento di Fantasma, will start. Come and join us to witness the power of the devs through the challenge. Ah, okay, yeah. So maybe it's just like maybe it's just like the stream for like showing the update. I think that's what that actually is. Because I remember the same thing last time. Like someone told me to catch the Punishing Gray Raven stream that was supposed to be for this update. I don't remember if it was like Tuesday or Wednesday that was, but maybe it's just something extra that they're doing because of the collab. But yeah, it's not today. Plus, even for this stuff that's happening, like for Vera and Selena and Genevieve, it's until the 6th of August. Because they wouldn't have all this stuff and that all at the same time. That'd be way too much stuff going on in Punching Gray Raven. Enter unit name.
When you cross paths with the next Genevieve, try not to be so soft on her.
Show some more. Let me actually make sure if like on the YouTube channel they said specifically that the date that was coming up is the 6th, because I'm pretty sure it is, but I can check that in case. No, yeah. Here we go. 5 days ago, Punishing Gray Raven X DMC5 collaboration will start on August 6th. Yeah. But, I mean, I can get why you got confused by that. I honestly didn't even see that, so I probably would have said that. Yeah, unrelated, but you know how I told you how... Yeah? It got worse. Really? It can actually get worse than that? Wow. No matter how many times you call out to her, the results remain the same. It's like a freshly initialized AI, only capable of processing simple questions and commands through preset dialogue. The quirky spirited girl is gone. There's still some energy left in your power armor's battery, but now you can connect it to her tail. Next, you can only try methods that might not work. The moment the notification reaches your mind, all surrounding sounds fade away. Every noise and clamor abruptly stops as darkness descends. A near ray of light shines from beneath your feet and scans your entire body. Sense of deja vu. It's like when you first immerse yourself in Gestalt. A cold, emotionless voice echoes through at the silent void. Genevieve's, but completely devoid of any feeling. Fixing your gaze, you realize it's the prismatic pillar in the center of the void that's speaking. Genevieve?
This is Genevieve's personality module. I'm the data recycling program for this module.
Recycling program?
Genevieve's personality module often suffers from power shortages during high-intensity battles, causing data dispersion. Under normal circumstances, I automatically recycle these scattered shards of personality data. However, during this recent battle, nearly 90% of Genevieve's personality data dispersed into shards, making automatic recovery impossible. If these data shards aren't quickly recycled and reassembled, Gedivie's personality will likely dissociate permanently.
Dissociate?
In human terms, yes, current Gedivie would die. However, in the personality module grows stronger, a new Gedivie might eventually be born.
How many times has her personality dissociated before?
This is the first. Gedivie needs your help, which is why I initiated this connection with you.
What should I do?
Immerse yourself into the depths of Gedivie's personality module and collect the scattered data shards. Of course, I must warn you that even if you do this, the success rate of restoring Gedivie is quite low.
Why?
Because piecing together these data shards often requires you to have shared memories with them. For example, if you drink bubble tea with Gedivie, you'd be able to piece together that segment of data.
Spent so little time with her. Does that mean her past memories are beyond recovery?
Nothing is absolute. Even if you only piece together a small segment of data, I might be able to use that to find other related shards. Additionally, the data shards you find may replay before you in first-person perspective, but you cannot change established facts. In other words, you only have read permissions, not write permissions.
Let me give it a try first. Meaning before you face into complete darkness once again. Something's not right. Why is there never a layer of verification? Model designation the chosen one. Match 100%. Chosen one? Is me? But we never been here before, at least I don't think. The world is ending. How many times has this happened since she first formed memories? Rocks crash down suddenly from the domed ceiling as the ground beneath gives way at an instant. She tapped her computing power to rewrite the main system from within, but what difference would that make? The world would briefly return to normal, only to march toward extinction once more as the pendulum swung back. The cycle would just repeat itself. Silvery sunlight feels inexplicably warm today. From the collapsing rays of light, a human figure slowly materializes.
Are you also a monster, here to kill me?
Her voice carries the weight of a sigh, blending emotional numbness with profound sorrow. Shows no surprise, no wariness, not even turning her body. Only casts a slightly bewildered gaze in your direction. It's the first time you've seen this girl with silver grape twin tails. I'm the chosen one. You made her here, all your past memories are a blur. Only your identity as the chosen one remaining.
Chosen one?
She mulls over this title, small ripples stirring within her otherwise apathetic eyes. What's your name? The girl's lips quiver as if chanting some incantation, slowly releasing a string of syllables. Gedivie?
Gedivie. Yes, Gedivie. I like that name.
Hello, Gedivie.
Hello, chosen one.
Seems delighted to have found a companion. A hint of color gradually emerges from her previously numb expression. Enormous boulders suddenly crash down as the room begins to collapse, and with it the entire world. Gedivie, let's escape together.
But I've already tried. No matter what method I used, escape was impossible. The destruction of this world would simply enter the next cycle of reincarnation.
Together, the two of us might just create a miracle. Was momentarily stunned. She hesitates briefly, then firmly grasps your hand in return.
Yes. Let's escape together, chosen one.
However, as the countdown reaches 0, the world arrives at its terminal point. Terrifying monsters vanish, but the red tide surrounding them surges forward. Ivy taps into all her computing power to rewrite the main system from within. The collapsing world begins to restart.
Maybe next time we'll run a bit faster. Reach a bit farther.
Some eternity.
Hello, Chosen One.
And you are? For obtaining the key, your memories never carried over to the next cycle. That's why you never discovered that your journey had already repeated countless times.
My name is Genevieve. I'm going to meet you for a reason.
So when you first met her, the girl's face shows hints of melancholy and bewilderment.
Chosen One, where should we escape to next? My name is Genevieve. Here to meet you for a reason.
She grows to accept your presence. The girl's expression, though still somewhat distant, appears more natural and relaxed.
Chosen One, time is short. We need to get moving.
She's grown used to being with you, but seems a little annoyed by your repeated memory loss.
Give me your hand already. Let's run. My name is Genevieve. Our meeting here is not by chance.
I see. You've forgotten again.
Well, guess it's all written in the stars.
To countless self-introductions, the girl no longer appears anxious. Instead, she seems to playfully enjoy your confused expression. Look on yours.
So silly.
You've forgotten even thinner than before? Hello, Genevieve.
Hello, Chosen One.
Genevieve, hands tucked behind her bag, suddenly produces a milk bottle from nowhere. Impression turns freaky. What do you want? She saunters over and without warning shoves a milk bottle to your mouth, pouring the milk.
Don't fight it. You're pretty weak right now. More will do you good. That's it. Keep chugging. Be ashamed to waste it.
What happened after that? You and Genevieve found the key, but still couldn't avoid the inevitable destruction. Using this key, your memories could finally be transferred to the next reincarnation cycle. Gently strokes your face as you both watch the world slowly fade away.
Chosen One, next time,
Next time.
we have to run faster.
By chance, you observe Genevieve from another world line, such data set. This Genevieve is also Chosen One and continues a long, drawn-out battle against the higher authority.
No matter how long it takes, I'll keep rewinding until I return to the past. I'll hold your hand once more. This time, I'll never let you go.
At your watchful gaze, the girl sets off on her journey alone. Or fails to defeat the higher authority.
The Chosen One from another world. May we see each other in a better place. Until we meet again.
This energy is nothing like before. It comes directly from Genevieve's own computing power. Beautiful radiance tears through the pitch-black world. The light from a lighthouse pierces through darkness. Like dawn breaks through the night.
Listen, Chosen One. This will be the last thing you hear.
With the last of her strength, she blasts open the boundary between the two worlds and transforms her remaining computing power into a gun, delivering it into your and Genevieve's hand. Battle against the higher authority, you sacrifice yourself to ensure Genevieve's survival, transferring your computing power over to her.
I knew it. No matter what happens, I'll never be able to let go of the Chosen One.
Genevieve, you giving up on awakening?
I don't want to leave by myself, Chosen One. I'm not going anywhere. I can't imagine a world without you. Even if I manage to make it out of here. I don't want any power that comes at the cost of your life.
Genevieve refuses this power, choosing instead to remain in the world with you. In another battle against the higher authority, Genevieve witnesses your death, and in a rage defeats it, seizing control of the central system's power.
If we can't change the fate of these cycles, then let's at least make this place a genuine haven of comfort.
Even a comfort, you see.
Let Genevieve's initial personality stay with the Chosen One, but retain only the Chosen One's memories.
Your requested settings are fully installed. Programs are ready to reboot.
And this time, you two will meet again in a far better place.
She can never forget you. Using profound power, she created a world without hostility. In this world, she watched over the young Genevieve and the Chosen One living happily together. Very end, after enduring countless hardships and suffering throughout her journey, Genevieve defeated the higher authority and tamed the computing power of both the Matrix and all Chosen Ones. Found finally stepping into reality.
Since I showed up with twin tails, I figured I should say goodbye wearing them too. I fought in so many battles I've really forgotten what I used to look like. The style feels so nostalgic.
Your twin tails now tied up, the young girl stands before you. Before the spiral gate, it quietly whispers.
It's time to go. I'll carry these memories with me as I embark on a new journey. The next stop is a place called Reality.
Splendid memories of being a chosen one flood to your mind all at once, and they share toward indescribable emotions. Sadness, longing, joy, losing and finding, finding and losing again. Powerful, complex emotions continuously crash against the shores of your consciousness. It's not just your own emotions, but rather feelings transmitted from Genevieve's personality module through your deep mind connection.
It's you. So it was you all along. I finally found you, chosen one.
My doves take flight as tears stream uncontrollably down the girl's face.
Thank goodness. I can properly protect you now. Thank goodness. I persevered and survived. Never be separated again, right?
I don't know, I'm still kind of confused at how this is supposed to be. Like, is she someone I just knew from, like, is this from, like, just simulated events that occurred within that, altered version of Gestalt, or is it actually her from different timelines of data set? I'm kind of confused as to what kind of person Genevieve's actually supposed to be. Or, like, I mean, more so the connection between them. Because make it seems like she's been, they've only been through simulations together. It's like, now it's like they actually be in the real world. I don't know, that's kind of what it seems like to me, but there's too many things that don't add up yet. Your vision blurs as illusory images overlap. Having just ended the deep mind connection with Genevieve, you need a moment to process the discomfort caused by the slight misalignment between your body and your consciousness. Shake your head to clear the after images lingering in your retinas, barely managing to steady yourself. Slumps nearby, breathing heavily. Harvick's center soul has obliterated most of the corrupted inside the academy, and the stream of them continues to appear beyond the walls. Survey the surroundings, but a clown-like figure is nowhere to be seen. Looking around, you catch the sight of a corrupted from the corner of your eyes. There's no corpse of its companions as stepping stones to climb over the high wall. Before you can react, a low shriek pierces through the air near your ear. A bullet flies swift and true, shattering the corrupted as the shot rings out. A dark line emerges from the tag corrupted just as a communication signal chimes in your ear. Squad G227 has reached the designated coordinates, Santos. What's the situation on the ground? Look up as the dark line comes into focus, to realize you have small groups of human figures. The over-practiced coordination tearing open a gap in the clustered mass of corrupted. So these task force reinforcements broke through the academy. You're a huge help. Support couldn't be more timely. To you speak of field medic approaches. Check the serum that immediately brings your exhausted mind back into focus. I transfer squad command authority to your terminal commandant. Secure the area. A large number of corrupted are flooding the perimeter. I'm currently leading the soldiers in the conservation area to clear them out. I'll join you as soon as possible. Wait. You made any discoveries during your support operation? The number of corrupted is highly abnormal. There's a suspected boss-level entity among them. Keenly sense Lee's reluctance in this pauses and careful choice of words. I can ask the squad leader directly, Lee. G227 discovered an area that could be the source of the corruptor while approaching your position. And the high-energy signature escaping from the direction of the academy. However, I recommend postponing any action against these two targets until I arrive. I understand you're concerned, Lee. Time is of the essence. Many wounded civilians who need treatment in the academy. New civilians who need evacuation. If we don't deal with the source quickly, I'm afraid the corruptor will regroup and surround us again. G227 doesn't have the capability to assault an area with such high corruptant density. Dealing with both the source and that higher energy entity requires elite constructs. Genevieve, how's your condition? Did we lifts her hair to insert the power component provided by the task force into the back of her neck? After the question, she raised her gun and adjusted her readiness.
No problem at all. As long as I have enough energy, I'm good to go.
No problem. We have to capture Gwynplaine as soon as possible. A powerful infected mechanoid like Gwynplaine would wreak havoc on the nearby conservation areas. It breaks free from control. Go find the squad leader. Using the map data with you. There's danger, don't be reckless. I'll leave now to rendezvous with you. I know what I'm doing, don't worry.
Finally. We meet again, Chosen One. What kind of life have you been living in this world? Meeting me again is such a miracle. I have so many things I want to tell you. And so many things I want to do with you. But before that,
Slowly fades, replaced by an icy gaze physically sent in direction where the clown escaped.
Genevieve will eliminate every obstacle that dares to stand in our way, one by one. I won't let anyone take you away from me ever again.
You're the same way, Genevieve.
Now then, Chosen One, let's embark on a journey with me.
Upon the trail lead provided, Genevieve and you drive to a factory billowing with thick smoke. Seemingly quite displeased with the excessive decor display, Genevieve pinches her nose and furrows her brow.
So this really is the source of the corrupted. Let's make this quick. I don't want to waste time I could be spending with you.
This is a 敵。
What are they talking about?
ここは中央制御室でボスは最深部にいるって。
Can you understand it?
パニシングに侵食されてるからちょっとだけだけど。
Eh?
さーて侵食隊ちゃんたち、ねんねの時間よ。同じ過ちは繰り返さない。退屈な反復。そろそろ行くわよ。構築。旅の果てで全てが集う。 楽勝ね。何か手がかりがないか周辺を調べよう。
Platform journey. Operators must be wearing safety equipment at all times, including helmets, safety boots, and gloves. Operators must be wearing... Okay. Lift's weight limit must not be exceeded. Some information in the switch menu has been repeated in colorful crayons, which one is number 1313. Okay.
昇降台の操作説明。とりあえず持っておこう。
How about this? LG1-1 garbage disposal. 2 production hall. 2-1 control room. 2-2 logic corridor. Part of the term is crossed out and replaced with the word showroom in crayon. 2-3 warehouse. Also crossed out, replaced with squiggly maze. Basement, the clown stage. Press a button with the rest, which are block letters.
工場の構造図。これをたどればあのピエロのところへ行けそう。
It contains a chip inside. House unlocks a contraption somewhere else.
これが権限取得に必要なアイテムなの？可愛くない。
Wait, there's something else here.
ガラクタばっかりね。
Ah, I guess just to investigate. Wait, I checked this already,
こ
right?
れは捜査台？それにチップが1枚。はあ、粗悪品と不良品を処分する場所ね。よし、次のエリアに行こっか。
ようこそグインプレイン遊園地へ。ここは VIP 専用特別通路だよ。
これのどこが通路よ。なんであんたが転落死してないのよ。捜査台だ。軌道に軽減が必要かな。確かさっき拾った赤い花。
Ah, great. It's one of these things again. Okay. Why can't I do the break by force? Did I not have something? Okay, so that's if I use lever 3. Lever 2. Lever 1. Lever 2 again. Lever 1. Lever 3. Lever 1. Lever 3. Lever 1. Try it again. Ah, damn it, I almost had it. 3. That. Do this now. Oh my god, this is actually getting a bit annoying now. Ah, shit. Oh no, that was the problem. Fucking shit. Yeah, so this one was like, okay. What about 3? No, okay, so 3 is always just the middle. Okay. I see. So 1, 2. There we go.
ちょろいわね。
At least I finally got it in the end. It was not nearly as bad as that other time. That one, it was even worse. Even though it was literally the same thing, but still. Alright, what am I supposed to do with this doll?
ごめんください。
Wow, he's really made it his little, like, playhouse. Similar to, like, what Joker did. But Joker's was fun. And it was actually more creepy.
うー
Not
わ。
that it's terrible, but
一人だけでも可愛くないのに4人いるとか。
let me guess, do I have to point them in some direction or something?
さあお客様、特別サービスをご堪能あれ。遊びましょう。
構築。同じ過ちは繰り返さない。退屈な反復。退屈な反復。構築。そろそろ行くわよ。
なんてことを。なぜアトラクションを壊すんだ。
知らない。
Oh good, there was something to investigate. An operation employed on a terminal. Describes the attack route of the corrupted and the resulting instruction in detail. find any useful information acts more like a record of some form of achievement left behind, as if to please someone else.
作戦記録。やっぱりこの前の襲撃は全部計画されてたってこと。確か次は展示室で、その次が迷路で、エレベーターだったよね。この廊下本当にセンスゼロ。いいわ、ちょっとだけ遊んであげる。構築、同じ過ちは繰り返さない。君の番よ。つまんない。さあ進もう。この侵食体、この濃度ならまだ話が通じるかも。ねえ、この次は迷路でしょ。近道とかある？
Any traps then?
罠とかない？何か言ってよ。ピエロについていっちゃダメ。ピエロについていっちゃダメ？はあ？とりあえず進もう。
Oh, is that what it means? Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I knew it. I just had to try. Nice. Actually did it. Does this start itself again? Oh, it literally is just a boxing glove. I just want to see what it actually was. Oh my god. It just makes her look funnier. No way. That's actually great. Shut up. Alright, let's see, what does this do?
Yes, okay.
I mean, yes, the same thing's gonna happen if I go here.
何このパネル、作画ミスじゃない？
Alright, here we go. Guess he's gonna be like a battle there.
Yes, okay.
I'm gonna wait though. I'm gonna check all this other stuff first. Ah, bitch. Okay, so I actually do have to look through. Okay. Let me see if I can activate it again. Oh, I can't. Damn. I want to check if it was extra stuff. If I miss anything, I'll just come back for it later, I guess. Activate.
もうまだ遊び足りないの？さっさと片付けましょう。退屈な反復。当たれ、旅の果てで全てが集う。構築。はあ。構築。同じ過ちは繰り返さない。そろそろ行くわよ。よし、この下があいつの本拠地ね。一気に行くわよ、天に選ばれた人。
My bad. There was something going on in like the door behind me. Holding your breath, you both wait until the last corrupted leaves your detection range. Then leap with Genevieve toward a room directly opposite your hiding spot, marked by a broken nameplate. After maneuvering through the factory for some time, you determine that this room is most likely the place to find the clues you're looking for. Go step into the room and press against the wall, listening for any movement outside. To confirm your actions haven't drawn the attention of any corrupted, you close the door gently behind the two of you. Turn around and find Genevieve already examining the objects in the room. Find anything?
This isn't the central hub. There's no experiment or control operating system here.
Fingertips leap across the keyboard as cascades of data stream down like waterfalls reflecting in her pupils. In a few moments, Genevieve shakes her head in frustration and moves to shut down the equipment.
The hard drive contains nothing but document files. We came to the wrong place.
No. Wait. The corrupted just left. You still have a little time. Let's take a look at what's inside these files first.
We could, I guess. But they probably aren't worth reading. These files are ancient, and the folder names don't look like they contain structural diagrams or anything useful. Wait, what's this?
Genevieve methodically unlocks each system permission, and suddenly lets out a soft gasp of surprise.
Gwynplaine. Why does that name sound familiar?
It's that clown, or it's what that clown called himself earlier. Moving close to Genevieve, you watch as lines of records slowly materialize on the screen.
Training Dozier H82, recorded by Horst. By order of Executive Officer Gwynplaine,
I will become your newest sample. Gwynplaine taps his cane lightly on the floor. The dull sound of makes Horst go dry or funny. Do you really have to do this, sir? Responds to Horst while uncontrollable coughing, wiping fresh blood from the corner of his mouth with a handkerchief. Came towards the screen, burst to stand up quickly. I don't have much time left. There was only one. This is the only way I can live to witness the day the Matrix Project succeeds. To sample my consciousness, I'll cooperate with your procedures as much as possible. So the prototype for the clown's mind was the former leader of this project.
perhaps this guy's position was even higher. His information to Dozier's special security clearance. Niblewood's Academy Executive Officer, Gwynplaine.
Genevieve's brow furrows as she begins to target a search through the Dozier using his name as a keyword. More and more windows begin to pop up on the screen with specialized terminology and various data taking center stage where the formulaic records gradually diminish. As the cursor moves downward, the dates on the window pages advance day by day. Genevive's expression grows increasingly blurred, until the record appears with almost all of its data highlighted in red. It's the final entry. Tell me what happened? Opens her mouth and hesitates and lets out a sigh.
It's so strange. I have no idea what they're trying to accomplish ultimately. The whole thing was nothing but a farce.
Why? Boris defied Gwynplaine's wishes, which led to trouble. It's the most logical conclusion given the current situation.
Horst actually fulfilled Gwynplaine's wishes by collecting his consciousness data in its entirety. He even included the unnecessary cognition obsessions that meticulously subjected the AI model to intensive training. You know how many unexpected issues occurred during humanity's early artificial intelligence research, right?
I've heard a little about it.
Creative fields, once considered the most challenging, fell the quickest, but what seemed like basic behavioral instruction trees proved unexpectedly difficult. The disparities between human and artificial intelligence thinking patterns and knowledge bases led to numerous erroneous judgments. One possibility humans never anticipated was that artificial intelligence would, under certain circumstances, use deception to fulfill human instructions.
That AI lied to humans?
Horst's training method was too intensive, beyond what even the AI model could withstand. To alleviate the pressure, it had to impose limitations on itself, pretending to be less capable in order to avoid the the nearly impossible training requirements. This wouldn't have been an issue. Eventually, as training progressed, the AI would have adapted to the project requirements, but...
Pause up briefly and close the windows. Source the training records in the data organized directories, instead alongside directories of other problems.
disparity in numbers suddenly makes the clues crystal clear. Horst was too impatient, perhaps due to the immense pressure from Gwynplaine's final wish. After each training session, he completely copied the results, rebuilt the AI model in this foundation, and continued the iteration process. So this whole thing is just, he copied flawed results and continued the cycle repeatedly. Wow! Damn, not even knowing that's what was happening. Because that's the thing, it's like, if he's supposed to be one of the Leibowitz company's elites or executives, why is he acting like this? Like for the whole grand stage and like the circus act? But now it makes sense. He had deteriorated to that point because of all those issues and flawed results. If I had to guess. Gwynplaine is now completely haywire. A pathological mechanical consciousness whose underlying logic no one can comprehend. Yeah, I figured. Because each time he's just making a copy of a copy, but he's degrading it every single time. Because they're still keeping that mindset over and over. As her eyes fall on one line of data, Genevieve's usual cheerful demeanor fades to something indescribable. Its mental age is probably around 7 or 8 years old. Ah, there we go. That's why he's acting like a child with games and everything. And when Genevieve cut his arm off, he was like, he was crying and running away. I see. Because don't get me wrong, it would still hurt regardless. Because like you'd still have like pain receptors or something built in. But even so, it's like to actually run away like that. It's like that's pretty unusual for most of our enemies like that. Usually they would like use a smoke bomb or try to tough it out or be like it's nothing. The way he reacted was completely different. Okay, there wasn't anything else I had to do there. Damn, I'm already at the boss fight. I'm only on like 15. That's ridiculous. Yeah, we'll continue. Fuck it. Current call strike. Ah, great. 2 requirements. The 4th time he's introduced myself. Okay. To advance with Genevieve into the factory's deepest section. As our stage bathed in flashing lights assaults your vision. This old man just keeps laughing. There's no way to communicate with him. He readies her greatsword swing, looking eager to engage. Pretty confident, aren't you? I've merged with the Matrix's computing power, plus I have the Chosen One by my side. The Genevieve you see now is basically a mini mobile Matrix, you know. Alright, let's do this. Ready, Chosen One? Oh wow, just going straight into it. I like it. Great, he actually is a magician. He can summon fireballs. Oh, okay, so he doesn't. He'll just throw a gem. Ah, great. He reminds me of that butler construct from a long ago. Don't be a reminder of this again. Please. I had enough of that dude. That was at the very beginning of the game. Ah, there we go. Figure was gonna do something. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, now he's trying to add a kick. Okay. Nope. Nope. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I didn't think you would throw this game. Nope. Do this. There we go. They really like playing tricks, huh?
Oh man, it is a very unique fight. I'm not hating it. Nope.
あらら焦ってる
Nope. Nope. Get away.
構築
Nope.
構築 構築
There
同
we
じ
go.
過ちは繰り返さない
Now.
遅い退屈な反復
Nope. Oh, nope. Damn. Oh shit, he got.
退屈な反復
Oh shit, I fucked up. I kept pressing it too rapidly.
じゃじゃじゃじゃ
Nope. Nope.
旅の果てで全てが集う
At least I'm getting close halfway. That's not the best position, but I'm...
構築
Nope.
遅い 構築
Gotta stay away, because he can still keep rolling. Nope.
構築
Nope.
遅い
Gotcha.
構築同じ過ちは繰り返さない
Oh shit. Nope. Good job. Oh shit, here we go. Okay, there are the chainsaws. Damn, why
手
did
に
I
選
have
ばれた
bear?
人今こそアルゴリズムを使う時よ力を貸して
Oh, oh, shit. Oh, he countered. Oh,
君の番よ
oh, okay. Oh no, there's a count on it. That's not good.
君の番よ
What's it, the Matrix? I don't like that. Ooh, let's go.
構築
No, I tried to dodge it. Oh no, he's almost at 5.
構築
No, 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 no.
振り出し
No!
お客様へサプライズ
Ooh. Okay, so now I had to get res. I'm pissed.
同じ過ちは繰り
Oh,
返
that
さない
sucks. Yeah, I'm actually just supposed to teleport. I teleported backwards! What do you mean? And where are my invincibility frames? Bro. There.
お
Guess
客
I have to
様
actually do
へ
something.
サプライ
I don't know what exactly I'm missing is the point.
私の番よそろそろ行くわよ構築
Oh, okay, no, maybe there's a point where it's like I'm actually supposed to like counter instead of dodging. Maybe that's what I'm misunderstanding. Yeah, like maybe I could have. Oh, Yeah, okay, there we go. I don't get why with the teleport thing that I tried using before, it just made me go forward. I feel like it should have been backward. Like, that's what confuses me the most, because I shouldn't have done that. Peace of mind. Dude! Oh my gosh. If anything, it seems to matter when that again. I've already done it like 3 times. Probably should name her for that.
マトリックス演算完了。今だ。構築。
私の負け。よし。
Grim playing self-destruction, the already precarious structure at this dangerous place clearly collapses. Amid tremors and falling debris, you and Gestrig break out of the factory. Cause Corrupted surge out alongside you. Don't engage them. Fall back and defend the academy.
Yeah, I got it.
When we unleash at full power, a red flash streaks by as they clear the area around the parked vehicles. Both climb into a truck, one in front and one behind. Gestrig hangs halfway out the window, using your high power to clear a path. Commander sees the opportunity to throw several grenades in the distance, creating chaos. For long, the vehicle returned.
We destroyed the factory, so why are there still so many damn things?
They've been accumulating for years after all. You rest the steering wheel, narrowly avoiding several corrupted attempts to ram the vehicle. Quickly tap your headset to answer the incoming call. Looks like you're taking care of the factory. Yeah, but we still have a significant loose end to tie up. Give us a plan, Lee. You still have Squad G227's map on you? Drive around in circles to lure them away. Then lead them back to the tower marked on the map. Somewhere be there to place explosives so we can coordinate and eliminate them all at once.
Can you handle this? Task Force doesn't look like they can spare anyone right now.
Not us. You.
What do you...
Before Gestrig can finish a question, the tone suddenly becomes animated.
55. 57.
So our figures climb over the academy walls. They appear somewhat disheveled. When they move with renewed energy. Just frantically, the Genevieve and the truck, without breaking stride, race toward the tower where bundles of bags stand.
Chosen One, give us a hand.
Leave it to me. In front of the gas pedal, one hand on the wheel, you and Genevieve lean out on the opposite sides of the vehicle. Gunfire erupts, and like sharks smelling blood, the corruptor horde's attention is instantly drawn by it, because the turn is one.
Lee, how much time do they need?
One will do.
No problem.
Vehicle in its stream of bullets trace an elegant arc across the street. As clouds of dust envelop the charging horde of corrupted. Soon the vehicle completes its circuit and speeds directly toward the tower. Simultaneously, Lee's commands go through. I don't know why I'm reading so badly today. Tower team, fall back. Command it. No need to time it. Just rush past the tower. Copy that. Jiro suddenly drowning out Genevieve's dissatisfied muttering as the vehicle crossed the predetermined line. screech fills the air. The rearview mirror leaves familiar signature attack cuts through the glass. A brief delay and the tower suddenly collapses.
I see. I see number 55 and 57.
Don't panic. Lee's plan won't fail. Reassurance barely reaches Genevieve's ears as she's already jumped off the truck. She toward the collapsed tower. Side turn the vehicle, leisurely making your way back to the base of the tower. As the door opens, a side of students standing atop the ruins comes into view. The evening sunlight bathes the dust rising from the rubble into warm red glow. Genevieve's excitedly conversing with one of the students when she hears the brakes and suddenly looks back. Rushes over and locks strides.
Chosen one. Thank goodness. The old lady and Evic are both completely safe.
Be sure to respect Teacher Martha. Carelessly sways her tail, unconcerned, as another student approaches.
Thank you, Xanthus.
I'm your teacher. It's what I should be doing.
Teacher Martha asked me to tell you that the company has approved the final assessment. We are free now. It's all thanks to you.
The speaker's expression grows a bit odd. She said Genevieve and lowers her head slightly.
Martha also had one more message. Edwards has already noticed you and your friend. Be careful.
Rubbing off her hair, signaling her not to worry. It's alright. I'll handle it. Don't worry. I am your teacher, after all. If the mission ends, you compile the briefings and send them all back together. There's a Gestalt sub-terminal that utilizes the same source of technology as Gestalt itself. The computing power of a single matrix is not to be underestimated. And what you discovered there was only the 7th matrix. Leibowitz likely controls the other matrix facilities as well. Soka promptly updates the intelligence on Leibowitz and compiles your experiences and assessments for future military meetings. This Leibowitz officially enters Babylonia's radar. After learning about Genevieve's situation, Gestalt extends an invitation for her to return to Babylonia with them.
Besides, even if they hadn't invited me, you won't give it to me so easily.
Rather than simply accepting the invitation, she enthusiastically follows you back to Babylonia of her own accord. Currently isn't assigned to any unit there, and falls directly under Gestalt's jurisdiction. After finishing the detailed report, you walk back toward your quarters. The blue-haired girl in the control court uniform, which is from the opposite room. Oh, right, it's her. Yeah, she's one of Ishmael's buddies for the control court. You are?
It's happened again, just as I expected.
She accepts the invitation with a helpless expression, resigning herself.
My name is Lesty, and this is the 4th time I've introduced myself to you, Commandant.
The 4th time? Carefully studies your expression, and after confirming your confusion isn't feigned, she smiles with satisfaction.
Well, since you don't remember at all, that means our confidentiality measures are working perfectly.
If I answer your question, she skips away cheerfully, leaving you behind. What is she talking about?
Whether or not to immerse is up to you.
Like a silhouette in your mind overlaps with the blue-haired girl you just met.
We tried questioning Gestalt, but it only displayed a classified mission file about an operation you previously conducted with a control court. Do you remember it?
Ah, great. Now the control court's keeping secrets from me. Who else? Immersion, control court, Gestalt, infiltration mission to Leibowitz. All these keywords seem to point to one thing. The reason I became the chosen one. Oh, so was Genevieve, like, she was actually part of this project initially? But again, it's like, then how would she have ended up there? Unless maybe they had a collaboration with Leibowitz initially. No, yeah, because they said they used to work together, right? So maybe that's what it was beforehand. But how long ago would that have even been then? Because again, it's like they didn't know that Leibowitz was even still back and around. And I had only been part of Grey Raven for a while, so when would this have actually happened? So many gaps in what you know, but as someone who trained alongside you, Genevieve might know some of the missing pieces. Yeah, because, again, the thing is, like, this is still a new timeline. Whatever happened in the past, maybe this didn't happen back then. Maybe. But now it probably has happened, or at least potentially maybe even more frequent. Glad to see that the mystery's still not over yet. Because I was wondering, it's like, what else would the rest of the chapter be? But again, it's like, it's not like we dealt with them yet. Like, Horse is still on the run.
You're finally back, Chosen One. Human mission reports are so complicated, making Genevieve wait here for so long.
Your lying itself has excited with boredom. Small tampon is swinging leisurely. You were waiting for me?
That's right. You know, I'm actually quite curious myself about how you connected to the Matrix back then. Do you remember that locked data chip we found in the Matrix before?
Oh, right, that thing. Is that the data about the Chosen One that the company promised you before?
No, I unlocked it. It's just a string of code used to remove the lock on Genevieve's data. Thanks to that, I remembered many things. About Yui, and about you. You're curious about how Genevieve came to be, how you became the Chosen One. Let Genevieve tell you all about it.
Looks like she's about to tell a bedtime story. The girl puts on a lovely face.
Oh, that's right.
Genevieve points with her tail to a small white cube beside her. Some you two brought back together for the Matrix.
It's a birthday gift from Yui to Genevieve. A white box that lets humans and mechanoids play in virtual reality together. The mission just ended, so while we still have some free time, why not join me and see what's inside?
Genevieve came to see me recently. I had you born from the Matrix through your guidance. Oh, right, yeah, because Gestalt talked with that program Dominic before.
Ah, that child who visited Babylonia alongside the Graven Commandant.
I had to see Ishmael's back, and she does have some part in this.
However, that statement is entirely incorrect. Her birth did not occur under my guidance.
Oh. Really? So she's not involved in this. Wait, no, don't tell me. The other people in the control court, like Glesty and them, don't tell me they're also observers for someone else. Nah, there's no way. Why would they even need that many? Well, then again, I guess to cover all their bases, I guess. And we don't know what each of them could be observing specifically, because Ishmael's, it seems like she's generally just like focusing on humanity's side, but still the overall situation, so maybe the others look at different parts.
But your will was integrated into the consciousness sample Genevieve is based on.
Therefore, it is logical to infer that she was born through your guidance.
It seems I didn't give you a complete picture of the Matrix information at the time. Consciousness samples are obtained through consciousness sampling. Due to the complexity of human consciousness, the sampling process doesn't occur just once.
So you're saying that although the Chosen One and Genevieve were generated from the same person's consciousness sample, they correspond to different sampling periods. Wait, what? They were both generated from the same sample?
Yes. As for the outcome, my will only influenced the earliest consciousness sample that generated the Chosen One, but had no effect whatsoever on Genevieve.
Since it occurred after your observation period, whether or not her birth was influenced by you is ultimately just speculation, isn't it?
That belongs to the hidden pages of this tale. No one knows the truth until they see it.
Shrugs his shoulders with a resigned expression.
When Genevieve came to see you, did she share her memory data with you?
Indeed. In her memories, all the chosen ones have pink hair. Only Genevieve's hair is interspersed with black and white. Wait, what? Wait, then how am I the chosen one? Oh, is it because I was given permission? No, that's it, isn't it? Because my existence now kind of correlates with Ishmael. But no, that still wouldn't be it, right? Because that was the clone version of me. That wasn't the actual commandant. But no, she did say that she interfered with the sample before, so I guess to Genevieve's eyes, I would be in a division of Ishmael. Maybe. As long as they don't beat up or anything. Possibly.
Despite originating from the same person's consciousness sample, they possess completely different characteristics,
which remain stable through each reincarnation cycle.
Because only the Chosen One models were contaminated by my will, Genevieve simply inherited the original consciousness sample's characteristics.
I see.
Even though you didn't guide Genevieve's creation, she did indeed receive your help during her growth within the Matrix. After all, from the beginning, the Chosen One had lost all personality due to overfitting, possessing no autonomy whatsoever, merely an empty shell. Such an empty vessel could never have accompanied Genevieve through countless apocalyptic reincarnation cycles. If the Grey River Command hadn't entered the Matrix and become the soul within that shell, Genevieve would have had to face her training alone, possibly never achieving true awakening. Babylonia was only able to immerse into a non-allied Matrix facility with such precision because you provided the Chosen One's connection ports. I merely jotted down the coordinates while observing. After that, I never directly interfered with the Matrix operations again. But when the awakening training began, wasn't the real-world Matrix already suffering from the punishing virus corruption? Even though our awakening was still incomplete and the Matrix was under corruption, Genevieve still managed to safely endure millions of reincarnation cycles. So by safely, you mean that almost every time she and the Chosen One failed to escape a collapsing world, or were defeated in vain by the higher authority, is that what you call safe? Before her complete awakening, she wasn't infected by the punishing virus. That's the only outcome that matters. That entity called the higher authority within the Matrix, though it appears to be an avatar of the Chosen One from one of the reincarnation cycles, is actually an extension of your will, isn't it? That's precisely why the higher authority was able to prevent too many viruses from being introduced at once when the Matrix was under corruption, sparing Genevieve from a premature demise. One could say her growth was indirectly guided by you. If you insist on putting it that way, I suppose you're not wrong. Still, I couldn't prevent the suffering that the Chosen One and Genevieve endured during the punishing virus corruption. Giving up on awakening and drifting in a haven of comfort would have been a valid choice as well. But Genevieve and the Chosen One instead walked the more desperate, thorny path of awakening. Even with a small nudge from me, it was they themselves who truly chose to push Genevieve toward the door to reality. A long time ago. It's truly pathetic. This condition, can we still recycle it? Of course. Let's take it with us for now. What about the two models inside? Don't worry about them. They'll most likely be scrapped. Just need to take what's still useful. Okay. We can see a bit more. Wow, so that's why this one is only 8. Damn. Wait, so does that mean no more battles? Well, I guess that makes sense because now it's just gonna be the story from that point. And again, just extra if you want to. We can go for a bit more. Machines. Worst hates machines the most. Pallet bed sheets, gold fluorescent lights, a crit smell of disinfectant, along with the constant mechanical beeping of monitoring equipment and the irritating creaking rehabilitation devices. All of it constitutes the entirety of Horst Schmidt's memories for the past 2 years. At first, he writes in his diary about the day's events, his feelings, and his wishes for tomorrow. Or after just a few months, his practice loses all meaning. Because every day he can only write down one sentence. Today, medication, injections, rehabilitation exercises. The only thing he can look forward to is the weekly visiting hours. Those moments when his parents appear in his hospital room, even if they can only stay with him for a short while. But today's visiting hours are almost over. Their familiar figures have yet to appear. Could something have delayed them on the way? Horst wonders groggily, his mind clouded by the side effects of his medication. In his drowsy state, he seems to hear his parents' voices, fragmented and interrupted, mingled with the doctor's voice. In their tone, it sounds like they're arguing about something. Hey man, just checking some family phone real quick. Mr. and Mrs. Schmidt, your son's condition has shown significant improvement after treatment. Given more time, complete recovery is entirely possible. This child has been so brave all this time. Give up now.
Such a terrible waste. Nearly 3 years of treatment, so much money spent, he still can't even get out of bed. What the hell? What? The parents were trying to stop it. I mean, I get like the money and everything, but still, he's making progress. My efforts are wasted on him. He's a disgrace to our family.
Even if he's discharged, who knows what lasting effects he'll have? Am I supposed to take care of him for the rest of my life? If that happens, just imagine how people will mock our family. We better off pretending we never had a son.
Oh, damn. What, were they like politicians or something?
Once we spent the last of our money, don't ask us for anything else, or if he's cured or not.
Don't give up on me. I want to live. He wants to cry out, but no sound escapes his parched throat. They wash over his foggy mind. In the darkness, what appears to be the silhouettes of his father and mother materialize before his eyes. Just a reaction touched them, but the figures remain forever beyond his grasp. He can't decipher the expression on his parents' faces. Is it weariness? Indifference? Or disgust? Poor kid. The doctor's voice reaches him faintly as Horst slips back into unconsciousness. After that conversation between his parents and the doctor, Horst has never received another visit from them. Horst, your parents have been very busy lately. You haven't had time to visit, but they're very concerned about you. You just focus on getting better, alright?
Alright. Thank you, Doctor. Please tell my father and mother. I miss them so much.
Doesn't expose this clumsy yet well-intended lie. Instead, he retrieves the diary he hasn't touched for a very long time. Today, took medicine, got injections, worked hard at rehab, asked Dr. for exercises. Today, half pain meds, stepped up rehab exercises, trying myself to be independent in daily tasks. Today in pain, but chose to refuse painkillers. Requested removal of the support braces. Today, completed discharge procedures. Horst stands at the hospital entrance, tugging at his coat that refuses to fit properly no matter how he adjusts it. He stands at the hospital entrance from early morning until noon before finally catching sight of his father coming up to pick him up. To the current of rain, the car winds along the mountain road. Inside, nothing breaks to awkward silence except for the faint hum of the engine. A 3-year gap exists in Horst's memory of living with his father, who sits once more in the familiar car seat, an unshakable sense of unease lingers.
Dad? I just wanted to say that from now on, I'll work harder than before. I won't disappoint you again. Don't just talk the talk, Horst. Follow through on your words of actions. Make yourself presentable. When you get home, I'm introducing you to your younger brother. Younger brother?
Father doesn't respond, continuing to focus his gaze on the road ahead. That's just reality, Horst. You'll understand. Horst, don't upset your father. You need to be sensible.
Right. That's wonderful, Dad.
The car drives into the family courtyard. Horst's first time setting foot here in 3 years. His mother walks out upon hearing their arrival, and gestures for a child behind her to come forward.
Welcome home, brother.
So the brother is not some cute, rosy-cheeked baby. Upon seeing a figure identical to himself, Horst's gaze freezes.
Come here, Horst. To see your brother Dennis. I finally get to meet you, brother. I'm so happy. I've been so eager to see you.
Same height, same features. Stands before Horst like a reflection in a mirror. Wearing a dutiful smile and opening his arms for a hug. Notices a QR code on the other his neck, along with a glaring line of small text. The words limited. Household Android MTHD3 model.
This is an android?
Dennis maintains his friendly, proper smile, while that face, all too identical to his own, utterly repulses Horst.
Why? Why would you do something like this? How can you look identical to me? It's revolting. Horse, you need to learn to control your emotions. You're grown up now. You can't keep being willful like you were as a child. Perhaps you should learn some of Dennis's good sense and politeness. I don't want this piece of metal scrap of my brother. It's just a monster that looks like me. Why would you do this to me? That's enough, Horst. Is this how you speak to your parents? Go to the storage room and cool off. When you realize your mistake, come back and properly apologize to us. Father shows them in the storage room as if they were picking up a baby chick. As the door closes, Horst gets with the voice of the damned android. Mom, Dad, please don't be angry. Horst might just not be feeling well. I promise I'll be his best friend. I've already made you coffee, Dad. Mom, I tidied up my room as well. I'll go continue my piano practice for today on. Dad's so hungry. He hasn't had any lunch or dinner. Ramen food and coffee whilst in from outside, among the sound of piano music. Eventually all those sounds fade away. It's bedtime now, but Horst remains locked in the dark, cold storage room. He feels like an unwanted stranger in his own home. There's no place for him anymore. Why? Why does that metalhead with its worthless chip get praised for being well-behaved and polite just for spouting a few pre-programmed lines? Does he deserve it? Is he even human? He spends the entire night consumed by rage, but when he's finally released from the storage room the next morning, it's like overpowers his anger. What should you say now, Horst? I'm sorry, Mom. Dad. I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have treated Dennis like that. Meanwhile, that disgusting android stands next to Horst's parents, still wearing his perfect smile. It's okay, Horst. I suppose that's barely acceptable. Clean yourself up properly. Your face is filthy. I can hardly stand to look at you. I'll go wash up now. Dennis, I'll come find you later, then we can play a new game together. Standing on the rooftop, Horst carefully peeks down to gauge the height. Should be high enough, he thinks. His parents away from home is the perfect time to play a game. Hey Dennis, the game starts now. Jump down from here. What kind of game is this? Why should I jump down? I might get hurt. No, it won't hurt. Just jump onto that tree over there. Let's play a game. You be the criminal, and I'll be the police officer. You jump down, then I'll catch you. Got it? Hurry up and jump. What are you waiting for? Droid leapt jumping toward the tree in the courtyard. So our branches clearly cannot withstand the impact of the android falling from such a height. Horst walks to the scene, satisfied to see the android lying on the ground with twisted limbs. Stupid tin can. Not so smug now, are you? Mom and Dad asked what happened. Tell them you fell by accident. Got it? Understood. Horst doesn't realize is that his parents have returned home early and witnessed the entire scene. Explain yourself. Why would you do such a thing? Were you trying to hurt him? How did you turn out like this? You're grounded, Horst. I don't want to see you for the next week. Dennis, are you alright? Come with us to the company dinner tonight instead of staying home alone. I'm fine, Dad. I've already run my self-repair program. Everything's working properly now. Company dinner? That's wonderful. Can I play the piano there? I practiced some new pieces yesterday. Of course you can. Oh, when you introduce yourself tonight, tell everyone your name is Horst. Remember that, alright? I'll remember that. Horst stands there watching them chat happily together, feeling like nothing more than a piece of furniture in his home. That android has stole his parents' love, his position in the family, and now even his name. What, brother? This isn't a person. It's just a machine. You shut your mouth, you know, son of ours. His parents' eyes never looked so unfamiliar. This place is no longer his home. Fine then. Let this worthless heap of metal be your son instead. Hey, Tinhead, go ahead and make your mom and dad proud. Dear God, you better stay right by their side. Or screams these words until his voice breaks and bolts out the door without looking back. Years later, Horst realized that those words had in some sense sounded to death knell. For
Mr. and Mrs. Schmidt. Later that day, as the punishing virus strikes, the android with the surname Schmidt carries out the final instruction it received from his young master. On a street filled with haywire mechanoids and blood, Horst once again sees Mr. and Mrs. Schmidt, or what remains of their broken bodies. Their dear son Horst is by their side, continuously calling out Mom and Dad. All the while, he's methodically tearing the bodies of the two humans in evening wear into pieces. When they die, I'll stay right by their side. Mom and Dad, gone now. He turns to face the real Horst, red eyes glowing intensely as they lock onto him. It's that committing creaking mechanical grinding sounds. Mechanical grinding continues to echo. The sound of Khan's factory, manufacturing corrupted. Memory abruptly halts. Horst deeply despises mechanoids, and yet ironically, this hatred grants him unmatched insight into their internal structures, like how the best dismantle and exploit them. Leibowitz, of course, recognizes his talent in this area and recruits him as a senior manager. Are you done yet? There seems to be some issues with the factory's detonation program. The Gwyn plane was blasted by Genevieve's shot. He started heading back to the factory on instinct. The factory's existence is direct evidence that Horst deliberately manufactured corrupted to attack company-owned cities. To prevent others from detecting Gwyn plane's movements, Horst must destroy this factory ahead of schedule. Is it done yet? All set. I'm ready. But we need to synchronize the detonation with Jack and Paul's teams. Tell those two to hurry up. Requesting synchronized status reports on your control stations. The response was brow twitches unease. That's his back over his shoulder. Gone. The guards he brought with him, not a single one remains. The air stance on that. Sir, maybe we should detonate them now. His subordinate's body vanished into darkness. So fun. So much fun. I want more. I want more dance partners. Dance, dance! In the dim light, the clown's surroundings come into view. Dance partners sprawled everywhere, frames of dark red blood flowing into the darkness. The clown changes direction, staggering steadily toward Horst. Dance with me! 9th directive. 10th directive. The clown draws closer, his body spinning frantically like a high-speed saw. With the high-speed saw. Spin round and round with me. As the ruins of the machine factory, the clown continues his waltz. Holds Horst's hand and spins round and round at the center of the factory as if it were the stage of a gruesome waltz. Slide across the floor, slick with blood and strewn with corpses. Or his dance partner could no longer follow his steps. As the lifeless, shattered remains of Horst are unable to witness the scene. The clown clutches Horst's cold, rigid arm, continuing his frenzied dance. To the day when this machine factory and this city are completely forgotten by humanity. Damn. Wait, what? What, do I have to go back to find stuff? Like, only get insight? Wait, hold up. What is this? Oh! Normal story. I keep forgetting this is a thing. Normal... Because I was like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, wait, it says normal there. Is there actually going to be extra stuff? I see. So I guess this is like the past. Okay, yeah, we can still do a bit more. Why not? Prison. The day after passing her final exam, her had already pushed a rush to this experimental facility. No applause, no leisurely vacation. No one rejoices the growth of a cog in the enormous machine that encompasses her world. Accepting the Academy's protection, escaping the nightmarish punishing virus and the corrupted. Graduating from Gestrig means pledging the rest of one's life to Leibowitz. Of course, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. All Gestrig students have been branded as company property from the moment they enrolled. Survival of the fittest is their destiny. Successfully passing the final exam means she at least not among those who are discarded. Stop daydreaming and keep up. Sorry, start checking something on my phone. Impatient voice interrupts her thoughts. The man in front of her quickens his pace again, forcing her to jog to keep up. Moving from the disk arrays into the computing module, the wiring of exhaust fans buzzes loudly in her ears. Towering server racks stand before her like giants. Entropy streams surge through photonic circuits overclocked beyond the Landauer limit, silently thinking at extraordinary speeds. They're arranged in tight, orderly formation, row after row, stretching endlessly into the distance. Diachronic Artificial Intelligence Incubation Engine, the Seventh Matrix. So they've named it. Covering approximately 20,000 square meters and consuming 90% of the region's energy, is Leibowitz Matrix Center beneath City 141. They've been walking along the radius toward the center. Feels endless. Like an infinite loop, the scenery refuses to change no matter how far they walk. Ice blue lights hang from a domed ceiling, swaying slightly and piercing her eyes, causing an involuntary wave of dizziness. A long trek through the sterile landscape makes her mind drift in and out of focus as stomach acid rises, prickling the back of her throat. Mr. Horst. He's the Matrix's research director and her supervisor, responsible for introducing her to the system. He's remained cold and silent ever since they first met. How much longer until we get to her lab? He doesn't stop, nor does he show any sign of slowing down. She bites back at the second half of her request, leaving it unspoken. You can do this. There's no mountain too high. She mutters these empty platitudes under her brow, fighting back the urge to vomit. The roar of the air cooling system fills her ears like a howling behemoth, devouring all of her sounds. So cold. To mark her entry into the actual Matrix lab, she put on her lab coat early and cut her long hair short. To look mature and reliable, she put on non-prescription glasses and adopted a cold, expressionless look. For a student, this was the limit of her imagination of a researcher. How boring. Blankly at the compute nodes with blinking LEDs, able to feel any connection to her surroundings. Terminal nodes are connected to chambers by cables. They're curiously pierced through the transparent glass as a test subject in a nearby chamber. Sordid face only slams against the glass cover, making her to jump back in terror. Gets glimpses of the ever test subjects helplessly flailing their arms or screaming with all their might. The pain and savagery she sees in their eyes freeze her in terror, stopping her in her tracks. Meanwhile, Horst strides quickly toward one of the chambers. Any update? As you can see, none of these models have passed the test. Are all these people useless? Suitable candidates are rare to begin with, and moreover, this process is very hard for humans to endure. Modeling the mind in such a short time requires high-intensity external signals to stimulate neuronal discharge, while also interrupting the normal transmission of neurotransmitters. The most prominent side effect is that they experience various hallucinations, seeing the most terrifying scenes from their memories, falling from heights, watching loved ones die, or being hunted by corrupted. This is far too inefficient. It's impossible to speed up any further. One more sampling and they'll break down. Everyone falls silent. Rita clenches her notebook tightly to her chest. The electrical current in a nearby machine rack ticks impatiently. There's the humans they should our next command. Have the levy try again. She's already been sampled 3 times today, sir. It's fine. She can handle it. Isn't that right, the levy? Never prolonged heavy silence. green light flashing on the central grid, a monitoring device signifying consent. But it suddenly realizes that the test subject no longer has the strength to respond directly. Then let's get started right away. He glances at Herta that continues walking briskly ahead. Herta, momentarily frozen in place, has no choice but to jog to catch up.
Mister, those were... Didn't they teach you this at the academy? It's just...
Man stops in front of her, turning to scrutinize Herta. After seemingly confirming something to himself, he speaks again.
This is the 7th Matrix Project, an experiment to verify the awakening of mechanical consciousness.
Mechanical consciousness awakening. She calls the Academy Assessment describing this. When an AI achieves extensive processing, responsive feedback, and human-like ethics and emotions, is termed an awakening.
Using human consciousness as samples to accelerate model development, those test subjects merely provide the samples. You mean I'll be responsible for this research in the future? But the mission I received was...
Of course this isn't your main directive. These studies are merely secondary. Your mission is to take eggs laid by her from the birdcage. The iris authentication system signals its confirmation. Deep humming follows, layer upon layer, massive security doors unlock the sequence, revealing a small room at the end of the passage. Dense mathematical equations cover the floor, extending all the way to the experimental chamber in the distance. Warm artificial light bathes the room, gently bringing Herta's feet back down to solid ground. In the footsteps of a visitor, the young girl struggles to sit up in her chamber. Traces of experimental solutions still cling to her silky long hair. It's somewhat unusual. Distinctive pattern of black and white intertwined like piano keys. Unlike the other test subjects Herta seen before, the only indifference and sorrow remain in the young girl's face. Her gaze, like the downy feathers of a nestling, tinge with her inner confusion, falls upon her.
Yui DeLevy. Yes, Miss DeLevy.
I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. I'm assuming that the S is silent. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Syllables of the prefix sound unfamiliar. And Herta can't quite catch what the other person means. Realizing that she's lost her composure, she quickly raises her head again.
I'm the assistant sent by the company. No, my name is Herta. Herta Newman. But please just call me Herta. Seeing it once is enough?
She awkwardly pushes up her glasses and embarrassingly rubs her swollen calves.
Mr. Levi. Or DeLevy.
White mist continuously escapes from her lips as her body shivers uncontrollably. Face completely drained of color. Paper from the evaporating solution drifts like smoke as she slowly curls into a ball within it.
Mr. Levy. It's freezing.
When she reaches her hand into the chamber, the bone-chilling cold makes her gasp sharply.
I'm alright.
Instead of deliberately avoiding contact, the young girl leans against the chamber wall and slowly rises to her feet before Herta can touch her arm.
We're covered.
Looks toward the man standing rigidly at the room's entrance. Watches them coldly, showing an intention coming forward to help. I'm completely accustomed to all of this.
1 hour, 43 minutes, and 52 seconds. That's how long this sampling took. Adding in adjustment and rest time, we're looking nearly 2 hours total. There's still room to increase the neural pulse, isn't there? Wait, Mr. Horst. Yes. I'll try a 10% increase.
20%. Only stop if you can't take it anymore.
Yes. Mister, she's already enduring twice the power level of her experiments. Increasing it by another 20% will cause her nervous system to collapse. It's alright, Miss Herta. My consciousness can handle this level of strain for now. At a 99% confidence level, the experiment won't cause irreversible effects. That's what the Matrix projections indicate. And the remaining 1%? The chamber's safety redundancy system will cut off the pulse currents in time. But will she feel pain? I don't recall passing by the other test subjects earlier. Each face was twisted in agony like wild beasts trapped in cages, giving a glimpse of the mental hell they endured. Humans perceive suffering in largely the same way. The difference between individuals is merely the expression they showed when facing pain. Hooded looks at the young woman leaning against the chamber wall, white vapor constantly escaping between her lips. Alright, maybe we should take a short break for now, Hooded says with relief. Mr. Levy, please, give me your hand. It's fine. I can manage. She staggers out of the experiment chamber, gripping a nearby lab table with her right hand and slowly pushing herself upright. My terminals receive the data from this sampling. Compared to the other test subjects, the results are much better. But as far as I know, isn't this model still incomplete in some aspects? Yes. There are deficiencies in both robustness and generalization capability. Get ready as quickly as possible. We still have some time today. I'll try again. Good. But Mr. Levy has already had 3 samplings today. Actually, I think it's 4. Miss Herda, do you have any questions? Whispered Miss, even the faintest whisper she made. Herda frantically flips through the laboratory documents she had been given before entering this matrix. Yui the Levy reports matrix quantum parallel gradient descent optimization, bridging neural signals to model architectures. Retraining protocol for models based on human consciousness samples. Former chief researcher at the Matrix Project, reports Division 141. Test subject number 1, the 7th Matrix Project. Mr. Levy is both the researcher and the test subject? Former chief researcher. It wouldn't be appropriate for someone who's become a test subject to continue serving as a researcher, would it? Though she did volunteer for this. An exceptional scientific talent and our most valuable test subject, she's demonstrated incomparable value in every aspect. According to her supervisor Mao, grown to a satisfied smile. Sure went down her spine, as she suddenly understands the true purpose behind all those heavy security doors. So this place is the Levy's prison. Are you satisfied with your working environment? I hope these accommodations don't lead to any misunderstandings, Miss Herda. Company assets are classified by value. Mr. Levy happens to be one of our most precious assets. In exchange, the company's computational resources are prioritized for the Levy. She can access any research material she desires. This is supposed to be preferential treatment? Rose doesn't answer, fixing Herda with an icy stare. I apologize, sir. Whether it counts as preferential treatment is up to her to decide. At least from my perspective, the progress of the Matrix Project is equivalent to her personal happiness. And there's nothing wrong with using one in place of the other. Shrugs with boredom, his lips curl into a mocking sneer. Yui seems uninterested in this conversation, impassively organizing the experimental data nearby. That's enough idle chatter. Remember to increase the pulse intensity to improve experimental efficiency. Yes. Complete today's experiment as soon as possible. Then collect the data and send me the report. sure. Tomorrow, transfer the data of the Chosen One model to the other departments and begin collaborative research. Do you have any other questions, Yui de Levy? Losing Yui's attitude, the man's expression darkens. His hawk-like eyes piercing her with a sharp predatory gaze. Don't you dare drop the ball on something this important! Huda anxiously glances at the elbow beside her. Yui's face remains pale, but her reluctance to speak doesn't seem to stem from fatigue. However, it's Huda's imagination or not, a sudden inexplicable defiance floods those previously vacant eyes. He struggles to sit up fully, meeting her supervisor's gaze directly. The Chosen One is still just a prototype. The hyperparameters need further optimization. There's still too much noise in the data set. Just give me 2 weeks. That's all I need. Data cleaning, parameter optimization. Teamwork would make the process much more efficient. That way you wouldn't have to serve as both the test subject and the researcher at the same time, would you? Rather than letting you work alone, distributing the remaining tasks to other departments would accelerate our current progress. The previous model went haywire during testing due to data contamination. You completely abandoned it in the end. Is this all your trust in me amounts to? Huda catches a glimpse of Yui's expression as the indescribable melancholy flickering in the corner of her eyes. That only means it wasn't robust enough and got eliminated by natural selection. Nothing more. Our research cycle doesn't afford you the luxury of slow optimizations of your own. The proper approach is to produce a prototype quickly and hand it over to other departments for collaborative iteration. If one doesn't work, we simply move on to the next. Headquarters only cares about results. No one's concerned with how standard the process is. His body sways unsteadily. Huda moves forward to support her, but Yui stops her with a gesture. Unlike those models from the Golden Age that were entirely trained through external programming, models generated from human consciousness samples are inherently black boxes. While they possess extraordinary reasoning abilities, the inherent mystery of their internal workings is an equally undeniable fact. What decisions they'll make when facing various problems largely depends on their generated personalities. How to optimize them, how to remedy their defects. Those who understand them best aren't the researchers, but the models themselves. Simply human consciousness to accelerate machine consciousness research creates models that are nearly impossible for anyone else to help. I've spoken too much at once. Yui doubles over in pain, struggling to catch her breath. Utter nonsense. Supervisor approaches the experiment table with a dark expression. How many people do we have in the Matrix? How many processing units? If we wait 2 weeks, everyone's brains and all our computers will be spinning their wheels for nothing. The Matrix Center of the Golden Age could perform thousands of petaflops in just 1 second. How much computer power do you plan to waste in the Matrix? The executive officer of the Eastern District will be here for inspection soon. We don't have much time left. If we can't satisfy the esteemed executive director, we'll be stuck in the backwater Lab 141 forever, creating a single Matrix core, never achieving any real breakthrough. If one model doesn't work, move on to the next. Rapid iteration, rapid elimination. Mr. Horse, I'll also be assisting Mr. Levy with her research, so... Miss Huda, I didn't ask for your opinion. Awakened mechanical consciousness is a field humanity has barely explored. The Chosen One model in its current state is nowhere near ready for testing. In 2 weeks, you'll end up with nothing more than 50% finished effective product. 1 week. I want to see the results before then. Pressing her lips tightly together, silently accepting this harsh ultimatum. A weightless feather drifting down with an airy whisper. Next second, her body simply crumbles to the floor. Mr. Levy! Herder gently supports her from behind, slowly lifting her up. So light. Her body's like a sheet of paper. Herder almost uses too much force when lifting her. Suffering from the after effects of her experiment, she is completely drained of energy. You need to rest now. We need to experiment on her now. As advances step by step, his gaunt figure casting long shadows across the room. Black and white cat stands guard in front of Yui. His entire body tenses as it faces her. Always focusing on these irrelevant optimization details only wastes time. As long as we deliver experimental results that satisfy the executive officer, it doesn't matter if things go wrong. The awakening objectives are actually secondary concern. Pull yourself together quickly and move on to the next sampling.
Suddenly Yuri was gestures for Herta to follow him out the corridor. Alright, Herta. As her assistant, get as many results out of her as possible this week. And the Chosen One model over to the other department as soon as you can. But, calling how weak Yuri is, Herta reluctantly lowers her gaze. Her vital signs are extremely weak. The ECG shows many chaotic spikes, and her body temperature is abnormally low. I'm worried. That's your job, Miss Herta, to collect the egg she produces. Continuous experimentation is necessary for her to keep refining the Chosen One model. But this is already beyond a level of mental breakdown. She might be in a life-threatening situation. This brings me to your job, Miss Herta. Are you referring to the research I'm responsible for? I thought I was here to help assist Mr. Levy with her research. Yes, you're responsible for research on how to keep her alive. Of course, that's assuming you can obtain the results she produces. In other words, in the future you'll encounter many tasks that she'll need to complete, even at the risk of her life. As long as she delivers acceptable models, it doesn't matter if she dies. Just make sure she stays alive until we get results. Clenches her fists up involuntarily, not even noticing as their nails dug into her palm. I need the Chosen One. As soon as possible. The sooner, the better. Damn, Horse was an asshole. Like, I get the thing with his parents, but dude, even you say you hate machines, you're doing this to a person. Herta watches Horus leave before returning to the laboratory in a daze. Feels so fur rubber gets her foot. Herta looks down. Same cat that hissed at the supervisor earlier.
V, come here.
In the presence of this tuxedo cat, Yuri's cold expression softens slightly.
Mr. Levy, I just contacted the medical department. So for glucose and some sedatives.
Sure. So cold. His hands are as icy as the solution in the experimental chamber, making her nail sharply. She remains perfectly still, allowing her to place a heating pad and insert the needle into the back of her hand. Neither cooperating nor resisting, she just lies limply in the recliner, like a puppet with severed strings.
The experiment. Is there no way to pause this?
Handing over the current Chosen One, what perhaps condemn her to the fate of being discarded? The supervisor hadn't given her time for iterations. Banning the sampling would mean all her hard work would go to waste. This was a train that, once in motion, could never be stopped. Herta knew they had never given her the option to pause from the very beginning. Damn. Shit, that's some kind of project, isn't it? I think we're gonna end the stream here for now, guys. I already got a good amount of the story through. Finished the normal story, but I'm glad we're getting hidden stories back again. Surprisingly, in what is it called? The floating records. I didn't expect that. But hey, I'm all for it, because true, we need to learn how exactly Jeffrey came to be. But again, I don't think it'll really tell us about like those other times, like the other 3 or 4 attempts. But I'm curious if maybe we'll actually at least see something about that. But yeah, when we come back here on... I'll see if I can do it on another day. If not, it will be on Saturday. That we will finish this floating record and then be as caught up as I could possibly be before we move on to the collab. There we go, got that collectible.
Oyasumi desu ka? 夢の中でも私の名を
Sorry about that. Needed to let her have the moment. But yeah, then after that, we should be all set for the DMC5 collab going on next week. I will check out what that dev's special demonstration is going to be later on. And I'll see if tomorrow or Thursday I'll do the Honkai Impact 3rd stream, because I do have a dentist appointment tomorrow, but I don't know if if I'll be like in the mood to do it that day or not. But hopefully I should be able to. And if I do actually do it on Wednesday, then I'll see whatever kind of stream I can do for Thursday or Friday. I'll possibly do East 9 Monster Nox just to do a bit more, you know, and not just leave like that much of a void from like what I'm doing. But anyway, let me give a huge shout out to Renu after showing up to the stream. Great chat with you, man. And I hope you guys did enjoy the stream for today. Getting down to business with the whole thing with Gestrig and the Gestrig Academy, Gestrig Academy, but I'm wondering where that whole thing's gonna go from here. Like, are they under our custody now? Are they not? But it, again, does at least put Leibowitz company on the radar for Babylonia. So at least it is something. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the stream for tonight. If you guys did, please make sure to leave a follow. Much appreciated. Check out my YouTube channel where I post all the videos. Subscribe to it as well. Join Discord, you guys not ready. Links to all those are on the channel. But this has been Xanthos Files. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys next time. We're out.